your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 Safe and sound.
Sleep till I come home. Dream of something sweet. I will be there soon to wake you so discreet.
Welcome to the ESL Southeast European Championship.
We gotta be honest though. I mean, at this point, there is a chance for Sinners to get.
How has he been able to just shift through like that? He's probably going to
Oh.
He will, maybe another ace on the
Oh, man.
4 kills, 1 player left,
Oh.
and then he completes the ace.
And here comes the Bane with the double kill. And here comes the follow-up. And Jack is waiting to follow up there. And we see the triple kill come out. They're taking down Poppy. And they are continuing to push this one. You are going to want to get out of there. You don't want to die to that one. But there comes the Quadra. Are we going to see the Penta?
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Hello and welcome to ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 7, and this is game day number 8. It's the group stages, and I'm Extremes joined by Prophecy, and we're doing jail on shooting versus Headshot BG tonight.
Yep, Headshot BG, the team that's looked the best in my opinion thus far in the league, but Jail on Shooting certainly did themselves a great favor last night by absolutely thumping Click Tech.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely thumping them. I just want to keep saying absolutely because that's how absolutely it was. It was they had no chance basically. Click Tech just never had a look in, and a lot of it was the sub for Jail on Shooting Cox doing the big work. He's not officially in the lineup that we saw there unless I'm missing something.
Well, or he's using a different name, not 100% certain, but I don't think he was even registered. Let me just check. Nope. He's playing in place of Joda though, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah, previously Joda probably the strongest player, but we saw NJ and Cox yesterday doing some crazy work on this map particularly, so I'd expect both of them to continue that. It just depends what is the relative level next to Headshot BG. We thought Click Tech was really good and Headshot wrecked them, and now we had wreckage happening there on Click Tech by Jail on Shooting. Of course, for Click Tech, one does need to mention that they also were playing with sub as well.
Yeah, and I mean, especially in the second game when they didn't have probably their best player.
Flatru.
What's his name? Yeah, Flatru. That really did hurt them pretty badly.
Yeah, not ideal at all. We're just waiting for one player, yeah, which is not ideal at all either, but I'm sure he'll be along ever so shortly. If we look at the log so long, the thing that we can obviously glean from it is that both Jail on Shooting and Click Tech only have the single win. Victor's Aquilus are out. They've decided to pull out, and Headshot have won both of their games. So it's an opportunity for Headshot here to either make their lead pretty much unassailable, or for Jail on Shooting to join them joint at the top.
Yeah, definitely a chance for Jail on Shooting to secure themselves at the very least that equal footing in Headshot. I think they have played. Well, I mean, they're going to get, obviously, I think everybody gets the free win from Invictus, so everybody would actually get 2 wins for free there, and then it's really just who's going to knock out who. So I think Headshot would have another game against. Or have they played the second? No, they would still have another game with Click Tech. So definitely a chance for Headshot to secure that top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, very much so. We could also talk about Dreamer, who's in the team here for Headshot. He was previously in MK and EFrag and those sorts of teams. We've seen him around, but got VAC banned. Well, yeah. Shall we say an old VAC ban was discovered, and therefore he's not allowed to compete in Valve-sponsored tournaments, but that doesn't necessarily apply to ESL tournaments where it's 2 years, I believe.
Yes, I believe it is. For first offences, it's 2 years. Unless there's extenuating circumstances, then it's like 5, I think.
Yeah, something like that. So he's here, and I guess for some people that might be a controversial thing, but you know, it's been some time since that actually happened, but I know that does tend to damage some players' reputation. He's a really good player, though.
That he is. Pretty good the other night when they were up against Click Tech, so I mean, Headshot hasn't really seemed to rely on him as much as some of the other teams. Rainwaker, Ayrton, and Top Cake looked pretty decent in their own rounds. So Dreamer has hardly seemed like the most potent player on the team by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Well, still waiting here just for one player for Headshot. Not Headshot, what am I saying? For Jail on Shooting to show up, so maybe we'll still be around for a few minutes. Hopefully we can get going because, yeah, yesterday we had quite a long delay before we started, and definitely don't want a repeat performance of that, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Where are you, player? Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. We're using the latest patch. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because of course ESL Belo Horizonte, or is that Beautiful Horizon, is happening at the moment, and they're using the old patch.
Yeah, obviously I think Belo Horizonte is going to have a bit of a rougher time if they were to just pull the new patch through right now. There's a lot of teams that do play on Mirage, so that would completely wreck them because half of those smokes are now no longer viable since the the head boxes. Sorry, the what do you call it? The sky boxes have been removed.
On Mirage, yes.
So that basically changes how a lot of the smokes operate, and that means that changing it now, especially like what, less than 24 hours before go live, I can't see that working out too well for anybody.
Yeah, definitely nice. Also, just to mention for people that don't know, there's those changes on Mirage. They've made some little bits on the map smoother and easier, those sorts of things. You know, for those people who can't run up a ramp or a ladder, you know, there's stairs now. They're entering TFs. I'm one of those people who can't run up a ramp. Sometimes I'll just randomly jump and get stuck on the texture. But yeah, stupid is as stupid does. That's what I learned from watching Forrest Gump. But while we're back here, we've got the knife round going on. What has also changed is they've changed the headshot damage from the CZ, so it can't kill you at any range anymore with a single shot to the head.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. It's certainly going to be significant, but not significant to the point that it's going to be like, you know, game-breakingly obvious that if they'd had a CZ in that point, it would have made a huge difference. So, I think top-level players will still probably favor the CZ over the 5.7 and will certainly be able to do enough damage to justify going for the CZ in 4 spies. But I do think it does sort of tone down the utter ridiculousness of the weapons to some degree.
Yeah, and as we were talking about that, I was just watching that game between Mouse Sports and NTC just a little while ago, and there was a round, I think it was the second round, in fact, after NTC won the first pistol, that, was it Stika got a 4K with a 5.7? No, it was Rop, sorry. But it was just 4 one-taps. Well, 3 one-taps and one where he took 2 bites at it and then got it. But still a very potent weapon, and we shouldn't forget it. It's still around, and that's probably going to be the next target if everybody switches their attention. I just think what's nice about this patch is that it isn't the old Valve massive sweeping changes and breaking the game thing. It's doing something a little bit more considered, so let's hope that actually solves the problem, and, you know, they can tweak it a little bit if it doesn't, as opposed to just, you know, here's an R8.
Yeah.
Meanwhile...
Well, either way, yeah, Jello shooting and headshot BG will be looking to do some huge damage to one another. And Jello shooting looks like a fast play through the pop dog area. Nobody else is really in position to take the aggression, but the flashes do come through, so just trying to set things up. And Dreamer is going to be the first point of contact. He's going to get himself that first kill as well, so Raga goes down. And Jello shooting in a 4 versus 5.
Oh, Dreamer gets dropped there, and also Slade jumping in with a kill too. A reply from Ayrton. Still, I was going to say it's a 3v3, but suddenly dropped down to 3v2. And Aries has got something to say about that. Jumping back at them with a nice little headshot at range with the Glock, and another headshot there for Cox as well. He was so good on this map yesterday. Gets a double kill here. Him and Aries combining in that outside area on CT side yesterday were crazy, but they're doing it on the pistol round from T side.
Yeah, fantastic play there by Jello shooting. Flashes allowing the players to get out of pop dog. They take fights. I mean, they lose the first one, but it's not the end of the world. And then just good trading out there, making certain that the last 2 players stay together, make certain that they can trade frag if they do lose one of them. And Headshot never really able to get enough kills there.
So we've got the 3 CZs and the 2 Deagles. And as I say that, 2 of the CZs get instantly extinguished there. Some good money in the bank there with the kill reward there for Rugger on the SMG. He's got 1,200 in the bank. Rainwaker, though, he doesn't care about money. He cares about headshots. He gets 1. But can he get another bite at this? Not going to be given the opportunity at all. And Dreamer left alone here in a 1v4. Now make that a 1v3. I just don't see this working for him, man.
No, it seems rather unreasonable that he could pull this one out here. Aries doing the good old it's done and then running away. So Jello shooting should be getting themselves their second round. Dreamer in no real position to pick up any sort of weaponry, and he will just be looking to save. It's a fairly worthwhile save. CZ and armor is still worth quite a bit. Might very well run into NJ though, and that's an AK if you can grab that. That would be a huge win.
Question is, will he choose to go for it? Here's some footsteps now, so Dreamer getting a little bit of a clue as to what's going on now. Wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, he's just not going to be able to
Dreamer
get it.
gets Aries.
He's not going to be able to get it, though.
NG might die here. No, he's not. He's going to make it. But still, damage dealt. They lose another AK.
Yeah, another round there for Jalen, shooting 2-0 here, so good start for them. They did, of course, lose a few weapons there, but that's not going to be too much of a concern. For Headshot, I guess the concern will be when they do come in with their buy. Unless they go glass cannon on somebody, there's not going to be an AWP.
Yeah, it definitely won't. And Jalen shooting, I mean, speed at which they're moving at the moment certainly does favor them. They are this round up against some USPs. So, I mean, not a whole lot that they can do at this point. I mean, Jalen shooting have looked pretty solid, to be fair. Last 2 games that we watched of theirs.
Yeah, not looking bad at all. I've been pretty impressed with them, particularly as I was mentioning earlier, Cox. He's looked quite potent, and it's in there at long range with nothing but a USP. He gets a kill. Not supposed to happen, to be fair, but this could maybe work out for Dreamer with the heat that's being taken there by, I was going to say by Topcack, but nothing actually happens for Dreamer at all aside from getting shot in the face.
Yeah, well, D completes the kill. And, I mean, at this point, Jalen shooting should clear it up. It's costing them quite a bit. Rainwaker with 2 lovely USP shots to bring him down. I mean, Headshot probably won't win this. Both their players on about a sliver of HP. And as you can see, Ares and NJ doubling up on the kills there.
Pretty normal there. I guess we'll see. I was going to say maybe Ayrton buy up an AWP, but decides not to. I don't think he is an AWPer anyway, so... They're going to go with the 5 rifle buy and double AWP here for Jelon shooting in the first buy round. That's quite a risk, economically speaking.
Also on T side, that's extremely interesting. Jelon shooting were prone to some double AWP buys, but not really on the T side as much. Raga is going to be the secondary AWP this time, as Cox will be holding. Where is the Cox holding? He's not top.
Yeah, they're both top, actually.
Are they double AWPing or what? Oh.
Both AWPs are top, so... Yeah, the universe used to make sense. It no longer makes sense. Mind blown. But hey, I guess they've got a plan. Let's see what they do with it. Still no damage exchange here just yet. Not really much utility expended by Jail on shooting either to take that position up here. They haven't faked anything, but they're going to go for it anyway. And out there, Pile here, getting up close towards Connector. NJ with a nice entry there. Should get the bomb down pretty easily. Cox pinning Dreamer to the side of that wall there by the train. And that might be that in the round, unless they can do something. Slade's pushed up here. He gets 1, but 1 is all it'll be. And in a 3v2 situation with Ares in this position, surely this is unwinnable now. 1v3 Ayrton, he's going to be extinguished there. And that is that. I thought more would happen on the retake. Headshot just not backing each other up there or really looking for the players close.
Yeah, it just felt like a couple of players were all staring at the same sort of area, because I've no idea how Slade was able to push that aggressively up without actually being spotted, able to get himself a kill before going down. And yeah, a little bit disappointing to see Headshot looking ill at ease on that retake.
Starting slow, it seems, for the log leaders at the moment. Raga just takes his head off. Top kick is a good answer to what just happened there.
Yeah, well, is there any damage going to come through? Raga is up. Dear Lord, he's got the shotgun AWP going, and it's working pretty damn well. D goes down, and all of a sudden it's Ayrton. He's going to catch himself. NJ, he could do some huge damage here. There's 2 players on very, very low HP, and Ayrton taps Raga at range, but I mean, that's... Raga didn't really have much HP for that.
Yeah, that's true. It's not because the CZ wasn't nerfed enough. He just had 10 HP, so the headshot at that range from anything would have put you down. But here we go, another buy for Headshot. This is, of course, the first map of the night, because the first game that would usually happen at 6 cancelled because Invictus Aquilus pulled out of the championship yesterday. So only 3 teams in Group A. And this is the top of the group clash here. Headshot at clear favorites at the top there. D, he's probably feeling favored here on this angle as well.
I think that smoke is... It looks like a bit of a missed smoke, but it actually works out perfectly because you can't really check too far around the corner, and Jalen shooting isn't going to push that smoke up close. So it's not the best smoke, but it's certainly not as bad as it looks.
It's a smoke. That's all we can say for it, really. We've seen Rainwaker do some nice work so far. This is the first time we've really seen the CT side with any kind of advantage in this particular game. It's of course still early days in the game, but the advantage will be welcome. It's just, I guess, with a double AWP on T side for JLon shooting, that's not really the kind of weaponry you'd usually look to as going to get a quick reply or something. It's something that you set up more than anything. So, don't know. They might be putting themselves in a difficult situation with these AWPs. And the first AWP goes down. There is a reply at least from the AK, and he wants an AWP too. Did he shot his teammate?
Yeah,
oh my word! Oh, what are they doing? They're getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Then the nade does big damage. Top Keck bring both of them down. In fact, while standing in the fire, it's going to leave Cox in a situation where he probably feels like he's standing in fire right now. 3v1. And they know more or less where he is, of course. He did just cop a bullet just a few seconds ago from his teammate.
Yeah, but I mean, that'll just end the round for Headshot here. He's going to get lucky. Don't really know why Cox was not checking his angles, but D gets the final kill. They save only the one AWP, but they only started with one AWP, so you can't really complain at all. Headshot BG finally on the board.
So I'm assuming D is probably Dennis 2K, right?
I would assume so, yes.
These players and their name changing, I'm going to get the admins to talk to them. It just gets confusing. Meanwhile, maybe Aries can create some confusion of his own. He's managed to get all the way out Olaf without being spotted, so maybe that'll come into play. And as I say that, Rainwaker, well, he's pretty awake. He spots him.
Yeah, definitely spots the edge of that weapon and or the barrel of the gun. That should give the information through, but he's going to get the timings incorrect. And Aries, I mean, I would say he gets lucky there, but did take quite a bit of skill. Dreamer, though, going to nail Ragger coming out of the pop dog area. JLon shooting still sort of stuck here at the Ivy area. They got one player in the A side, but he's not going to do much. And just as I say that, he's definitely not going to do anything. Ayrton with some long-range fire entering. He's going to give himself 2 kills. Slade gets knocked over. And NJ, the last remaining player, it's a 1 versus 2. But he's not looking too healthy at this point.
NJ looked very healthy on this map last night, though, against ClickTech. And he's showing some of that form here again. The AK rings out, and there's Dennis 2K. He's not even going to get anything like a 2K. He just goes down for free. Topcack in the 1v1 here versus NJ. And this situation, it's quite critical here for Headshot that they win this round.
Yeah, Topkick does still have some time, so it looks like he's going to be making the play towards B. And NJ hasn't made any noise that Topkick could have heard, so Headshot will be a little bit surprised the bomb is going to be going down, and it'll buy some time. Topkick doesn't actually have a kit, so he's going to need to collect one on the way back to base, and he will have one in front of him, so he'll grab that, and that'll buy him some more time as well. And it's now all on the shot, so NJ feels like he's actually going to take an early fight here. Might be able to catch Topkick off. That is the best way to play it, considering the situation with his health. Don't know if you can hear Topkick. Oh, he's going to spot him. And a wonderful shot to take it out.
That is that there, so could have been more exciting, kind of wasn't, because of the push up there from NJ. Managed to get all of the information, including the audio cues there. I like the angle that he was taking there towards Connector, but ultimately he wins the clutch, and that's going to break the economy there for Headshot. Economy in a bit of a hole, and the hole's dirty and stinky and not nice at all looking at the buy.
No, definitely not. Rainwaker getting up close with the CZ. That's not going to work out for him, as JLon shooting have generally gone with a fairly heavy B default. They have spotted the player at the back of the trains. Slade's going to get wrecked from the back of the lanes here, and he does eventually go down D, and Dreamer combining for him. Ayrton, it's not actually the kill that we saw there, is D and Ayrton all of a sudden doing huge damage here. JLon shooting in a 2 versus 4. And this is sort of fallen apart. Dreamer gets himself another kill. Cox eventually gets the kill onto Dreamer, but he's down on 3 HP.
3 HP, and whatever dreams he had are about to get dashed here. Rainwaker putting him to sleep. That is that in the round there. So Headshot strike back immediately. That's a really good round from them. It didn't really seem like it was all that much that they did, aside from Dreamer getting those 2 kills with the CZ. I feel like those probably blew it apart.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the player in the side, I think who was it, Ayrton? I think it was Ayrton, that it just somehow stayed alive for a lot longer than they expected to, and that's the problem when you can send the Galil at them, because not many players know the actual Galil's spray patterns. Aries, though, He definitely knows how to hit headshots, and Top Keck no longer has the top of his scalp.
Jeez, that was a nice bit of work there. Don't know if you had an audio cue maybe of the player jiggle peeking there, but you wouldn't typically be able to hear that. So just taking a bit of a gamble that he'd be there, and he walked into his crosshair. So great game awareness out of Aries. Meanwhile, some aggression coming out of the CTs to hopefully shut down these players, and they are going to be shutting them down. In fact, Dennis 2K with the 2K. He gives them the D. And Rainwaker doing his best double kill impression as well.
Well, ENG trying to make something happen with a scout, but scouts are not really that powerful. And that's it. 3-6. Jalen shooting on on the save now. Finally.
First time we've seen this negative cash situation for Jalon shooting, so I guess we'll see what they're going to do. And actually, maybe spending a bit more money than I would have expected, huh?
Yeah, definitely spending a lot more money than I would have expected.
It's not even a full force either, so they don't really have the loss bonus to have the best possible buy in the next round, so definitely not going to be a double AWP.
No, I mean, they might even have to forego head armor at this rate.
That's a very risky buy. I don't know why you do this at this stage, considering you're in the lead.
Maybe figuring that Headshot have more AKs alive than they expect?
Possibly, but something I want to point out that I think is glorious is the profile picture of Ayrton. It's beautiful. Talking about beautiful, there's a nice headshot from Dreamer. I just wish Dozier's mouth was more open in that picture.
That's a weird thing to be saying.
Well, you don't generally see him with his mouth closed, do you?
I don't know. I don't really stare at Dozier's mouth, to be honest.
Dozier is glorious. Do not besmirch his name. Meanwhile, nothing much happening here, guys. So, Jalon shooting, I guess, just hoping somebody's going to walk into their crosshairs, and that's not going to happen. So now going for the push from Ivy. But there are some players ready and waiting. Although, Rainwaker only has the back of Vivetin, but is it going to matter against players with no armor? Surely not. Nope.
Oh, yeah, it does look like Jalen shooting is trying to sneak their way out to Slade. Is the last remaining player with that eagle. I mean, I can't see him doing much damage. The only player that's low is Ayrton. And D is just waiting for that.
Yep, pretty easy round there. Now we do see the buy, but the buy is, of course, rather severely compromised because of the investment into pistols they made there. If they'd not done that, there's every chance that Slade would have had an AK and not a Galil. And look at the nades. The nades are tragic. They've got 4 flashes and a single smoke.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very rough entry onto the A side if they are going to attempt to go there. Just decide speed is the way to do it. And as they say, speed kills. It's actually not the case. It's the sudden stop at the end. And Rainwaker are certainly dealing that one out. He's going to get himself 3 of those. And Slade, the last remaining player, does go down. Headshot 5-6 now. And Jalen shooting suddenly starting to run out of gas.
Yeah, I'm trying to play it fast. I could see why they do that, considering they didn't have any of the utility for a traditional execute. But maybe even just using the single smoke they had might have been worthwhile to just cover their cross out of main. So there were 3 sets of crosshairs pointing at main early in the round. They were just shot down there like a turkey shoot.
Yeah, very rough days. I mean, Jalen shooting didn't even really use any utility whatsoever.
Not even flash.
It's very, very surprising.
Yeah, they had 5. I was just saying how they don't have much in the way of utility. They didn't even use that. So I do see, some teams will try to catch the opposition off guard by just going for a dry push. But, in that sort of situation, they haven't really done anything to draw the attention elsewhere. Because then a dry push works if you actually misdirect the opposition there. But just running all out of A main there. Not a fan.
Yeah, especially because they only attack from 2 places, A main and Ivy. And I mean, A main, sure they can get out, but Ivy, there's no way you're gonna be able to get far up in Ivy early in the round just by running through. It's just not gonna happen.
It would work if you had Simple in your team, but they don't. So
I think even with Simple, I can't see that working too well.
True that. So 5 to 6, yeah, it's going to be 6 to 6 for sure. I mean, there's no way jail on shooting should, by any rights, be able to win this. But of course, this is pistols and CSGO, so you never know.
Seems like we got a tech pause been resolved.
Fixed. Okay, well, we're ready to go here again. Thanks to everybody who's joined us. It's ESL Southeast Europe Season 7. And this is Headshot BG versus Jail on Shooting. First place Headshot in Group A versus second place Jail on Shooting, who've got the opportunity to close the gap here on game day 8.
Yeah. And at this point, Rainwaker seems like he has awoken. Does he get ready to start raining down the frags?
You'd think so. Very nice flash there, maybe making that possible. It was actually a team flash, I think, there, but Rainwaker still making, well, I was going to say hay while the sun shines, but I think he makes rain. That's what he does. So definitely
He's
nothing.
raining on their parade.
Yeah, he's raining on their parade. Nothing there for jail on shooting in the round. 6 to 6, yeah, and we will see the buy.
Yeah, Headshot making a very, very good comeback. 5-0 now to 6-6. Money is overflowing in the coffers. Jail on Shooting doesn't really have much to write home about. If they lose this round, probably will be able to buy into the next round, but it's not going to be great. And the Bulgarian team, after a shaky start, seem to be taking control.
Yeah, that was a very shaky start, in fact, but now coming into their own rather nicely here. So in this particular round, we don't have an AWP still for Headshot. They've been building huge economy, and they've not needed it so far. That wall looks like Swiss cheese.
I've never understood how some of those walls can be wall banged and others can't.
I'm sure
Like
Anders could tell us.
especially who was the first person to figure that wall bang out? I'd love to know.
I think it was Anders, actually, with his Theorycraft series for Room on Fire. He was also the one who came up with the A smoke take, you know, the wall of smokes with the smoke to plant in. That players started using way back in 2015.
Nice. I mean, he's also... can we say that he's also the inventor of being able to wall bang the box on overpass B site?
Yeah, he is. Aries not needing to invent anything there. He just shot somebody's head off. Raga also with the AWP. It's interesting to see him with the AWP instead of Cox on this map. But certainly proves effective now. 3v5 situation and maybe getting a bit ahead of himself, jumping into the site with an AWP in hand. Maybe that's a free kill there. But NJ, I think on the angle, yeah, he should get 2. He does get 2. In fact, Cox also rounding it out. So very nice from Jail on Shooting, but it looked like it had a possibility there of falling apart. Doesn't in the end, though, and that is them back in the lead.
Yeah, and critically a very clean round there for Jail on Shooting. They'll have lots of money. Even if they do end up losing this round, they'll be able to buy up pretty healthily. So, Headshot, I'm just going back to that point you made about Cox not AWPing. He does seem to be very much a defensive AWPer rather than a T-side AWPer. And maybe it's just his playstyle. He tends to hold angles. He's not ultra aggressive, just really tends to play the percentages as such. And I mean, it's super effective, as we saw last night.
Very much so. Also proven to be pretty effective when he's got a deagle in hand too. So very dangerous player overall. First time we're seeing an AWP for a while here for Headshot. That's in the hands of Dennis 2K against Raga. Etten in a very good position here to potentially take a fight. And that flash, unfortunately, just a second off there. Both players were actually ducked behind the wall. So a little bit of bad luck. And it could go from bad to worse here. And it does. Aries gets another one there. This is starting to fall apart towards Ivy. Don't know about this streamer. I don't know about this. That's why.
Oh, you keep feeding Aries kills. Here comes number 4. It's not going to happen. Aries decides to hop gracefully through the air before being utterly wrecked. His top kick.
Yeah, that was some wreckage happening there. And for Dennis, he's got the AWP. He's got some value on his back in terms of utility. Got to hang on to that. So yeah, we'll see another round for Jail on Shooting, and things were looking like one-way traffic there to Headshot, but it's totally turned around the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, seems like both teams engaging in a streak of rounds as Jail on Shooting looks to end the first half in the manner that they started it.
Indeed. So while another ESL event's going on, of course, Belo Horizonte there in Brazil, NTC actually looked a lot better on map 2. They got 16-3 against Mouse Sports with the sub. Oh, you needed that, Dennis. That is probably his life now forfeit. Surely should not make it out here. Still doing his best to do it. And he does, actually. He's going to hang on to this weapon, Dennis. Round is lost, but still some heroics coming out there. So, well done to him. But what I was going to say is actually on Mirage, against probably the best Mirage team there is right now that isn't Astralis, NTC got 12 rounds. So, maybe
is
not
Is Mars Sports really the best Mirage team in the world? I
said
can't see
the
that.
best Mirage team that isn't Astralis.
I mean, even if you take Astralis out of the equation, Mars Sports has lost so many games thus far, or like recently on like Mirage. I don't think they're worthy of that spot, and neither is NJ. He's removed from the dumpster. D puts him in the graveyard.
Here he's going for the through the smoke flare, and the AWP gets used like a shotgun, removes his head, probably forever. It's not going to grow back from a shot like that, surely.
I know it should. I mean, just give it a few minutes, like 1 or 2.
CSGO is surely a medical miracle with things like that. Medical community needs to study CSGO to find these things out. How do they do it?
No idea.
How do they do this round for Jailod shooting? 3v5 situation against the double AWPs. They struggle to see what they're going to be able to do here, but they have overturned a couple of such scenarios, but it's not going to work against Dennis. He's having quite a round here. Triple kill already. There's still one player towards the top that they haven't necessarily spotted just yet, but on the angle, he gets mugged and then goes back for more. So quad kill there for Dennis, making it look easy, undramatic entirely. The half, though, with plenty of drama in it, and Jailon shooting on the T side of Train, actually going in with the win.
Yeah, very surprising. I mean, look, middle section of the half not looking too great as they do lose 5 in a row, but started it well, ended it relatively well, I guess. 8 rounds on the T side of Train. Certainly nothing to be sniffed at. Headshot really do have a game on their hands now, and they're going to need to make it happen. Pistol is the start of that, and if they don't win it, I do suspect Jailon shooting could very well win the map.
So Pistol round here in the second half of the first map of tonight. Headshot BG versus Jailon shooting ESL Southeast Europe Championship. And there's kills just flying in everywhere. Everything is dying here. Headshot doing a tremendous job here. Rainwaker almost caught off, but should still survive. The bomb gets dropped, however, by Raga, and we're in a 2v2 scenario. Rainwaker has been really good for them tonight, and maybe he needs to make it rain some headshots. I do like how these CT players are backing each other up. Both of them working together. And this should be the end of Dreamer.
Yeah, it does certainly look like Dreamer is in a no-win situation here. 1 versus 2. Does have weapon with more ammo, but Raga looks like he has the superior positioning, and somehow he still loses Dreamer on 3 HP, so certainly not in his favor, but it could very well be possible. Yeah, Slade just needs 1 shot, even if it's on his big toe. And Dreamer doesn't actually have the bomb, so he's going to try the ultra long play. Slade now suspects what's going on. He's going to check that pop dog area.
He must have heard that.
He had to have.
Surely heard that. Okay, so he's going to reposition himself. Big old brainy on Slade, doing the right thing. Still 3 HP, and we do have a Dreamer on the server with a double kill. He'd certainly win this, but it would require some extraordinary luck here.
Problem is he's going to walk directly.
Oh? He suspects it. Oh! How does he live through that? 9 seconds left, surely not going to make it here. And he doesn't have the bomb either, just trying to bait out some kind of fight here from Slade, and Slade wants nothing to do with it. Very well played there by the Jailon shooting player.
Yeah, and kills him, certain that he's got no money.
Great job. So pistol round in the bag there for Jailon shooting. It didn't look likely at one point, but those 2 players there for Jailon shooting working well together. Of course, when somebody double peeks you with a pistol in hand, it's really difficult to deal with them both. It's not like you can spray transfer or anything.
No, not at all. I mean, to be fair though, I think that Dreamer got a lot further than he should have there.
Yeah.
Like, he should not have been able to kill the first player in that 1v2.
Definitely not. So he was caught off completely, but that can't remember which player it was, but whoever it was definitely panicked there. He should have put him down instantly with a headshot, and it didn't happen. Meanwhile, we do thank all of you for joining us on the channel tonight. If you want to win yourself something nice with the ESL and the ESL store, there's 5 €100 vouchers up for grabs. Type exclamation mark giveaway in chat, and you can find out how to enter the Gleam giveaway. Very slow out of headshot so far. And as I say that, he's pretty good with scoped rifles, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly. Living up to the team's name. Popping Slade in the dome.
Nice work so far. The bomb will go down, so that's going to help them out here. But they could still win this. This is conceivable to win this. They've got armor. There's the first entry, but reply again from Dennis 2K. He's on his 2K yet again. Seems whenever he's got a scope rifle, he's doing work, and that's a Glock at that range. Was it burst fire that he just wrecked him with? It looked like it. And
No,
another kill with a Glock.
I think he double tapped him there, to be honest.
Well, that's one for the books there. Headshot winning the round when they didn't really have a lot to work with, but you got to put a lot of that at the feet of Dennis 2K. Mr. D does some really amazing work with the scout.
The opponent that.
So off we go in the round again, and force by on the other side.
Who would have guessed?
Okay.
I mean, a couple of these players are whiffing a couple of shots, but at the end of the day, they are able to get kills. CZ still seem to be as potent as ever thus far.
Does seem so. It hasn't affected it too much. Very nice work there from Rainwaker. Well flashed himself, but knew the angle well enough to deal with it, and facing the 3 CTs now. And there's another kill for a scout. Cox, we were talking about how good he is with the scoped rifle. Proves it.
Yeah, gets a little bit lucky there, doesn't go down, even though he had no armor for that fight, but able to hit the headshot.
And it's Dozier's twin brother there with twin kills to boot. So surely this is not going to go the way of Cox at all. 22 HP with a scout. He gets dropped by Dennis 2K. And that will be that in the round. So 9 all here. And it does seem like the T side is prospering rather more than the CT side, somehow paradoxically.
Yeah, I mean, headshot at the stage with that breaking of the, winning the force by there has set themselves up pretty well to start off the half here. They've gotten themselves the first 2 kills. This should basically just be a free one. I can't see J-Lon shooting doing anything really. They got one P250 to help them out. That's on NJ, but the rest of the team on those stock standard USPs.
So yeah, it should be a free one. There should be some money in the bank here for these SMGs as well. Dreamer using the new cheaper MP7. It was 1700, it's 1500 now. So wonderful value. Nice headshot there, but will it actually mean anything? The spray downs are coming in yet, and D, well, he gives it to him. Triple kill yet again.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good tonight, to say the least. And just hunting down NJ. He will get himself a kill, but he's not going to be able to retrieve that weapon, so can he do any damage? He is not. Dreamer cleans him up, and that will be that. Dreamer actually throwing away the weapon.
Well, he's going to buy an AK, so I get the impulse. Actually, quite a bit of money here for headshot, considering it's so early in the half.
I just don't know why. I mean, I can perfectly see him going for a just keep the weapon. I mean, allows you to run and gun with the weapon. I mean, perfect. Send him in. But I suppose headshot just want to upgrade. Well, it's not the end of the world. It's only 1,500. Just seems awfully expensive when you could have still done damage.
Oh, did he try to run towards that nade? Bit comical. Cox again with the AUG, which is interesting to see because he was doing that quite a bit yesterday.
Yeah, he was, and it was certainly effective. I mean, the first time we saw it on Mirage, what was it, a 4K? When he got it on Train, it was like a 3K, so... At the moment, Top Kick, though, is just wrecking face. Headshot continue this aggressive push here. Challenge shooting completely locked out of the B side, and they might very well be calling for a save immediately. Yeah, you can see, don't really have any money in the bank. No harm, no foul at this point. Just make certain that you've got the cash to keep fighting, because at this point, Headshot looked to be delivering a lot of pain.
Yep, express delivery of pain on gel on shooting. So at least they'll have a buyer if they can keep these weapons, but it does seem like these players for the T side are quite intent on taking those guns away. And why not? I mean, Rainwaker's got 9k in the bank. They've definitely got a bit more money than you'd usually have at this stage of the game, so worthwhile going for it. And yeah, they go, in fact. Probably going to run into Cox's scope here, but okay, I actually expected Cox to take the fight, considering the distance, but I'm glad he didn't. He did the right thing. Needed to keep those guns.
Yeah, he did.
11-9, full buy versus full buy again, and it does seem like the immortal FAMAS there on Ayrton is living rather long into this game. He saved that a long time ago. And there we go. As I said that, I jinxed him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was sent to die. And Rainmaker's going to run through the smoke as his top kick, and they're just going to feed away the bomb. Why the hell would you do that?
Oh, they must have thought it was only a single player, but you got to know that there's going to be some backup there. Talking about backup, Dennis doesn't have any. They know exactly where he is, and he's low as well. So that's going to be that, and that is jail and shooting with another round, and a lot of it born off maybe a bit too much haste through the smoke there in Ivy, right?
I don't understand. Like, why get that aggressive at that point? You've gotten a kill on B. You just wait out the rotations. Jail on shooting is going to have to react to that kill, and then you maybe make the play later. It's like running through smokes. Yeah, you got one kill, but then you just ended up trading 2 and the bomb for that. That was just silly.
Oh, talking about silly. Rager gets caught out there. Maybe didn't quite have the spawn for that. It's a very risky thing to do without a smoke down in front of you. So the next game coming up in Belo Horizonte is a game that you probably don't want to watch. it's Ghost against SK. Don't care. Do you care?
Not especially.
I'm glad we're here. Headshot, looking for some headshots in the hands of, I was going to say Dreamer, but he finds one in reply from Aries. And Aries has been pretty good here towards Ivy.
That he has. Got 2 kills in the last round. You probably win the round for his team. BG, though, multiple angles of attack are going to make life very, very difficult for Jailon shooting here. They can trade one back to Aries once again. Does he know that Rainwaker is sneaking in behind him? I don't think he suspects it. And headshot with these double Ivy pushes are getting pretty sneaky. I mean, Aries getting ultra aggressive. That's actually going to cost him. I mean, what can he really do in that situation? As NJ now trying to push through here. It's 1 versus 3. I mean, you can't really expect him to win this.
Shouldn't anyway. He's been spotted. He spotted the one player, but the other 2 whereabouts unknown for him. So one would think it might be a good idea to just go. Nope. Maybe I should go somewhere else. Still trying to do some work out, and he catches Ayrton. Surely not going to catch much more here in the way of kills. He's catching plenty of nades to the face, though. What?
No, there's... Okay.
NJ, he's still going for it. Okay. Actually,
Doesn't
backing
have
out, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
Well, that got exciting for a brief second, and then my words broke, so killed it. As did the round, their hopes in the round, in fact. NJ did some good work there with the 2, but probably just taking a little bit too long about it.
Yeah, and I mean, the critical thing there is Jailon shooting did lose the round immediately after winning the first. So Aries, the lone bright star, along with NJ in this map thus far, 20 and 10, what I think is 20 and 10 or something on his deaths count, and NJ's at 15, so getting really, really tough for Jailon shooting here. They need a couple of the others to just get a round or 2 here or there. This round, though, looks to be all on NJ if they are to win it.
Yeah, he's going to have to be the strong man with the well-developed back muscles if he's going to go in and do this. And I'm not sure what Rago was trying to do there.
He was dying. Either way, like, he had climbed the ladder and that was it. So NJ gets a kill there. That's pretty useful. Slade's gotten aggressive through team main. He's grabbed himself that AK as well. That could be a huge weapon to get. Headshot is not aware of that, so could get caught out. Cox, though, he's catching bullets at the moment, and that'll be the end of that. Slade, timing is everything here. And Ayrton, no, that's a fiendish angle, and that is actually going to catch Slade out.
Very nice work from him there. Would not have been expected at all. Aries has looked really good this map so far, but in 1v4 with the CZ, how much can he do? I think he spotted the play, and that's 1 kill in the bag for him, but he needs to get another 3 if he's to have any say in this. And of course, he doesn't have a kit.
Yep, so he will just retreat. Is he going to go down Pop Dog? No, not going to happen. He's just going to hightail it towards the TV room.
Jeez, he's like a cat. He's sitting on top of a CRT TV for warmth.
Uh-huh. Do they do that for warmth? I thought it was just to get attention.
I don't know. I just assumed it's because the TV's warm. But we are going back a little bit. Most people don't have CRTs. Not haven't for a very long time, in fact. This is a design flaw of modern televisions, right? Cats can't sleep on top of them.
No, now they just sleep on laptops and keyboards and whatever else.
Wait until you hear Sean swearing at his cat. Sitting on his keyboard hand. But we'll see anyway. Buy here for Jailon shooting. Not the best of buys, but a buy nonetheless. The problem for them, however, is that entry from Dennis that is going to cause them some consternation. The bomb should be going towards that B bomb site. And the duel outside as well on the rotate. Rainwaker keeping them in place and gets a kill as well. So this should be the B bomb site completely in their control. And they still have a lurk, possibly from Dreamer to come.
Yeah, problem is they don't really have any position to try and retake the B site. You can see they're trying to make their way there, but they do suspect that there's going to be a lurk waiting around, and Dreamer duly delivers. That will almost certainly confirm Jailon shooting to the save, and they'll fight their way. They'll bust a hole and make themselves scarce, I think. Or should be.
Roger, not hitting anything with that.
Fight you? No. Oh.
Surely their Aries should go down here, but they do seem to be aware of him, and he's doing a good job to stay alive. In fact, a very good job. He gets both of them, but does it matter when it's 14-10? I'm not so sure that it does. Nobody else has money around that AWP.
25 and 15 from Aries. That is, I mean, you really don't feel like he deserves to lose this map. It's been a rough one for his team in general, and he's looked very, very good in the meanwhile.
Yeah, he has indeed. Also, Dennis 2K doing pretty well. Dreamer also both having a fair whack of kills, yeah. It looks like something fast coming out of Headshot. Yeah, they're going out of Pop Dog. 3 of them, in fact, and they've got site control already. Rugger needs to do something. Can he do anything? Not going to be able to. Triple kill here coming in for the Headshot team. And in this situation, it looks like they might not get anything on Jailon shooting. It will be map point. And that is real disappointing considering Jailon shooting managed to win that first half on the T side.
Yeah, I mean, Headshot's not even doing anything really fancy. It's just extreme speed and very good aim at this point. Jailon shooting will get themselves 1 kill. That'll be NJ. But the greed is going to get the better of him.
Does indeed. So map point, yeah, as I mentioned. And for Jailon shooting, they don't really have a lot to work with. They're just scraping together the pennies, smashing the piggy bank. You know, going for... I don't know, should I go there? Yes. College funds. Who needs to go to college? Time to cash it in now, right? We're going to live forever.
I thought they were stealing from Mom's wallet.
No, that's for crack, not weapons.
I mean, to be fair.
Out they go, though. Top Cack. He gets himself 1. Rainwaker also with a kill here. Slade, one of the few left alive. Only 2 versus 4. Make that 1 versus 4, in fact. In NJ, he's been good. But is he good enough? He's good enough for 1 kill, but on 39 HP, surely this is the end here for Jailon shooting. And it should be. It got the angle and somehow gets beaten here by NJ. I keep underestimating NJ, and he does good work, but it's just not enough for his team.
Yeah, that was a brutal T-half from Headshot BG. Jailon shooting, winning the pistol, and then getting only 1 more round before losing 16-10. So it's a real dominant performance here from Headshot BG. They might have given up quite a few rounds on the CT side, but their T side certainly looks quite beastly.
Indeed, so that's a break for us. 30 kills for Dennis 2K, and probably 10 minutes for us until we come back with the next map.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You're in it!
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Well, it does appear as if we are back. This is ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 7, Game Day 8. And, well, I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Joining me is Prophecy, and I'm Extremes. I nearly called you Extremes. I don't know why I did that. Haven't had enough coffee, clearly.
Well, you're just massively egotistical.
Joining myself is me. That'd be a bit crazy.
That's the way to do it.
So just to recap, what happened on the previous map was a massacre on T-side there. Second half just going completely headshot BG's way, and it looked like Jalon Shooting had the game by the scruff of the neck, one must say, after that first half that they won. Didn't happen for them in the second half.
No, it did not. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Cash certainly does favor headshot BG given what we saw from them on train, but it's not to say that Jalon Shooting doesn't have some tricks up their sleeve.
Yeah, indeed. They also can play the old trump card of Dennis 2K with the AWP, eh? This map was also the pick of Jalon Shooting, although it began to explain 4 bans from the team. You know, both teams ban 2 maps, and then they get to pick from the remaining 3. So one would think it's not necessarily anybody's favorite map here, but despite Jalon Shooting deciding that this is the map they want to go with, I'm not so sure it favors them against this level of opposition.
No, I mean, especially given that like headshot completely wrecked them on the T side of train, like that's a bit worrying. Like, yeah, sure, you know, the CT side maybe Jalon Shooting just has a very good tactical system. They you know, they trade well, but the T side they just sort of ran at them and just wrecked, just straight up taking some silly deals that generally wouldn't be a good idea against teams that are a little bit more coordinated, and Shooting just couldn't live with.
Doesn't seem like it. But hey, we're waiting for these teams to ready up, so hopefully they'll do that and we'll get going very soon. And as I say that, look at that, I didn't even threaten them with the commercial break. We're being stream sniped, Joe. What's going on?
Doubt it.
Definitely not. Knife round, and then we'll get to see what actually happens here. So, who's your money on here?
Headshot. I think they just look the best in general on train.
That is for sure. They really did look good. And also their ability to come back after the 6-0 deficit at the beginning, that was pretty impressive as well. And it's always good to see a team that has character like that.
Yeah, it is. A lot of teams tend to crumble as soon as the opponents get a big lead. You know, just sort of get blown out. But Headshot didn't panic too much. Made certain that they recovered in the mid round there. I mean, still, they didn't end up winning the CT side of train. But their T side, I mean, as I mentioned, a little bit undeniable. Still looked good overall. There was a couple of nice rounds for each player, I think. Except maybe Top Cake, he had a bit of a rough time.
Yep, in contrast to his name, or exactly in keeping with his name, depending on which school you subscribe to. So, pistol round here.
Shooting. Yeah, getting aggressive through mid. Headshot not really doing anything to contest either.
Very, very passive from them. It's an interesting setup, actually, because they haven't even decided to go for the retake setup on A. And that's not going to matter too much when all these kills are coming in here for the T side. Top Kek in a very difficult situation. Probably shouldn't push out there, and he's lucky to still be alive.
Yeah, that he is. Guys, there is a bit of a sound desync issue, so we'll get on that as soon as possible. For Jalon Shooting, though, they're in this 4 versus 3. This is probably one of the best bomb sites if you're going to be having that kind of advantage. Very difficult to get in, even worse when you don't have utility, so it really is going to be a tough one for Headshot. They need to get the kills. They've gotten the first one, but have lost one in response, and just like that, Jalon Shooting cleans them up.
The whole thing unraveled there like a giant bally on, and that was that. Jalon Shooting again with the pistol round, so proving to be pretty good at these pistol rounds on T-side for them.
Yeah, it's the second one tonight, one on the T-side. They've actually won all 3 that have been played thus far, so Jalon Shooting looking pretty solid on the basic weaponry there, and can they recover it there? Because Headshot was pretty damn good at breaking them when they did have the full buys with just weaponry.
This is true. Not a stack here, but there are some players waiting with those ever faithful CZs. So let's see if those can do some damage here with the new update. Aries, though, doing damage in general. He gets a double kill. In fact, he should go down here. No! Aries somehow turns and just absolutely burns Dennis 2K. So that will be that in the round. Dreamer, he's dreaming of a friendlier, happier time back on train.
Yeah, well, I mean, Aries certainly didn't cool off in the break, because he's continuing his form from train where he top fragged almost on the map at one point and still ended up losing. So you really got to feel sorry for him. Dreamer does eventually complete the kill, takes him quite a few bullets though, and it's given away his position. He's really going to have to run for the hills now, as he'll decide to hide in checkers. He's going to get shot from the player pushing B. Yeah.
Not too much there gained. I mean, the kill reward, of course, only 100 for that weapon, so it doesn't really make any difference. You can buy a decoy. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are back into another round here, and surely Headshot shouldn't be able to do much more than a kill or two with the USPs. Don't have any armor, don't have anything to work with, so they're going to have to get really lucky or just land nothing but headshots.
Yeah, good old Jordan Gilbert frag movie. At this point, it's going to be a bit of a frag movie for Jail on shooting, as they will clean up an eco round. Nothing that Headshot can really do there. Some damage is dealt, as Dennis is still somehow staying alive. They take quite a bit of time to kill him, but Aries, of course, with a long-range CZ shot.
Yeah, very nice shooting there from Aries and ENG. Just popping heads. It's nice to see. Of course, facing players that don't have any armor, but still tapping away, doing their best Scream impression with the terrible French accent.
Yeah, no.
3-0, Jail on shooting in a good position, and it does seem like Ragus suspects that there might be a lack of head armor, and he'd be right.
Yeah, well, Dreamer is going to line up two players and knock them both down. A third comes through from Ayrton, and all of a sudden Jail on shooting falling apart, as it doesn't look like they're going to get much more than the one kill on the round. Aries, the last remaining player, he's stuck in a smoke, will be pushing towards A. I mean, as I said, look, the best player on the entire server in map, and can he do anything here at the moment?
He's in a good position to do some damage, but he won't be aware necessarily of where the other player is. As soon as he shoots this guy, oh, is he going to do it? Making hard work of it, but he gets it in the end. Did spot out the player on Cat, and oh, well, that is actually... Now put him in a situation that this is maybe winnable. He's got so much time to work with as well.
Yeah, that he does. And doesn't have the control of the bomb, though. That is the biggest worry.
Oh, I actually thought that was inside main. That's an oversight on my part.
Headshot going to boost a player up over, as Aries' direction of attack is suspected. He's going to walk through. Does he check the angles correctly? Get the first one. Does he know where the second one is? No, he does not. So in a 3 versus 4, sorry, a 1 versus 4, he gets 3 kills. So damn close. And Headshot, though, that's an expensive first round for themselves.
That is indeed. We've got a pause coming in here. Aries 11-1 at the moment. The guy is just on fire. And I mean, we've cost Jail on shooting a fair bit. I don't recall Aries ever being as good as he has been in the last 2 days.
Was he the top fragger yesterday? Like, I know he did damage, but I don't think he was like crazy.
No, Cox
yesterday.
was, but he was by far the second best player.
Yeah, ENG had some rounds as well, but yeah, in general, Aries certainly has turned it up.
Yeah, since he took the push out from behind Aries, he's been better. Stay in one spot and kill things, Aries.
Yeah.
Sure, we're just waiting for it to get going again. The pause has been rescinded, and we will be ready to go again. As you said, the buy for a headshot, not quite ideal considering how much damage Aries did in that last round.
Oh, it's a ton of damage. And looks like Headshot going to be aggressive through mid. 3 players in mid at the moment.
Smoke bug.
And only 1 at B.
You're going to be stuck in the smoke for a while, but meanwhile kills are happening. Cox is pretty low there as well. 4v4, make that 4v3. Dreamer gets another one. They've got control of the bomb site, but is it control when everybody's dying? I don't think so.
Dear Lord.
Ares, if anybody can do it, it's him, but probably not while he's flashed. And he will go down in the end, but yeah, a lot of bomb site control there for Jailon shooting, and it didn't seem like Headshot were necessarily in position to deal with it, but the retake was absolutely on point.
Yeah, I mean, they pushed two through vents, one coming through the heaven area, and just Jailon shooting just didn't suspect the players through vents. How the hell they didn't get at least one kill on the guys pushing through mid was just surprising there.
Very strange stuff. Of course, we didn't see all of it, thanks to being stuck in a smoke, but these things happen. So within one now again, Headshot seems to like to come from behind.
Yeah, Jailon shooting still looking pretty solid in terms of their buy this round. They did have tons of money. They might very well be able to buy again after this. As Raga, he catches a nade. Lots of damage dealt here by a Headshot before they even really spot any players. But Ares damn near gets himself.
Dreamer
comes up with a huge play though.
That is some big stuff out of Dreamer, the experienced player, yeah, ex of MK and E-Frag. He knows what he's doing, and Rainwaker got behind them as well. Just mows them down with that sewing machine before getting traded by Cox. But Cox in a 1v3, surely he can't do this.
Surely not. I mean, he has looked pretty... How can I put it?
We could just leave it with pretty. I mean, you know, I don't know what
No. No, I was just going to say, like, the difference between his T side and CT side is pretty vast. Like, on CT side, he's very potent. On T side, he's fairly anemic.
Does seem so. Jailon shooting now reduced to pistols 3 all. So good to see from Headshot coming back into it. Jailon shooting, maybe letting it go a little bit. They had a fairly firm grip on the previous map, and it looked pretty, I wouldn't say unassailable from them here early on, but it did look quite solid as a start, and that start's gone again.
Yeah, I mean, if Headshot sort out their pistol rounds, they could get up some huge leads, because Jailon shooting has not looked great when it is rifles versus rifles. Oh.
Slade with a very nice shot. Ayrton with the trade. Gets another, in fact, so doing his best Dozier impression here, just tapping away nicely, and he gets himself the triple kill. Rainwaker with a double as well. Headshot now into the lead for the first time in this particular map. Of course, they are one map to the good. They won 16-10 on train, as you can see at the top. So just looking for this map to close it out in 2 and have an early night. Jailon shooting, of course, don't want any part of that. They want to keep this going.
That they do, and the AWP comes out once again. This time it'll be on Raga, as I suspected. He is their T-side AWPer, so Jailon shooting, I do think they lose a little bit. Cox is a lot more consistent on the AWPers. Another grenade is going to land directly in NJ's lap. 34 damage dealt to him there, and we've actually got the boost going over for Raga to try and spot the players at the white box.
That's a nice old school boost. Don't always see it that much anymore, but it used to be quite a feature of this map. And it is the worst feeling in the world when you get shot by that boost when you peek white box. It is absolutely annoying. Top Kick doesn't seem like he necessarily wants any part of that though, so knows his angles. Oh, we hit him. I thought he might get punished there, but no punish is forthcoming, so Dennis will live. And he was really good on that previous map. One of the main damage dealers with that AWP. Starting pretty nicely with the AWP here as well in the early stages of Cash.
Yeah, changed to his name. He was just the D on first one. So can't be handing out any more of those in this map. Can be handing out death though. As Jailon shooting, this is actually a very passive setup on the B side from Headshot. And they will allow players in. It's not going to matter though, as Jailon shooting just walks directly into multiple crossfires and gets utterly wrecked.
Yeah, I see in chat that SoundSync is making you cry. It's making me cry too, but I cry inside, man. Commentator, can't let it in my voice. We're crying. We just mute the mic every now and then, blow the nose, all of that. Not a lot we can do. The admins are trying to fix it for us. This is a feed that we get from them, so we don't actually have any control over the technical aspects of it, unfortunately. But hey, Rather more fortunately, Headshot are in the lead, and with that early kill there, that's certainly going to help them out. And on the cross, Ragged doing a cartwheel. There's a reply from NJ. He was so good with the deagle yesterday. Can he do more? He's trying his very best there, Slade. Surely that nade somehow doesn't get the kill. But who cares when you're landing headshots like that? Aries in the 1v3, make it a 1v2. He's pushing up here, and he could win this. But it's not going to happen for him. Death rains from above, and it's Rainwaker raining down.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult clutch for him to win. And I mean, he continues to get kills here, so he's doing whatever he can to keep his team in it. Again, 15 and 6. He really is the lone shining light, like a lighthouse on the edge of a cliff, basically. And Jaylon shooting just can't seem to find a way to use that light to keep himself safe.
Well, thank you. I'll take that compliment. Not you, Prof. Chat. But anyway, through the smoke he goes. And NJ, oh, he spots him out. That worked out perfectly, but it could have gone very wrong. It's always a risky play to do that. And talking about risky plays, NJ pushes up. Cox also with a kill as well. They have decimated the defense here. Dennis missed the shot that he needed to hit. And he's going to go down in a hail of gunfire.
Yeah, that he is. Rainwaker's going to try to fight his way out of trouble here as he gets himself a second kill. Does he get himself a third? I don't think he's going to suspect Slade on the angle there. He holds it. So, I mean, this is definitely a save. He's not really going to do anything, even though he does have bucket loads of money. I mean, richer than Trump at this point. And he is going to get himself a third. Slade getting caught out on the angle. Jadon shooting still winning the round, but this is becoming incredibly expensive for them. They've now lost 3 players. And, I mean, it started off in, what, 4 versus 1? In terms of the trades? Okay.
It's back. Okay, maybe there was
the
a
sound
sound thing.
fixed?
I don't know. No, it doesn't seem so.
Not particularly. It's close.
It's closer,
No
yes.
cigar.
A valiant attempt, Mr. Edmund. But anyway, talking about valiant attempts there. Jaylon shooting with another round, so the speed worked out for them, and they also had a bit of luck there in mid as well, with the timing on the smoke working out so beautifully, and towards Cat. Full buy versus full buy again. We've got AWPs on both sides here. It's quite close at the moment. Ooh, runs through the fire. That was quite entertaining there. The trade happens before the fire lands on him. Talking about fire, Aries burning Ayrton there towards that Cat area through the smoke. Dreamer doing his best, but is his best good enough at this point? I don't know about that.
Doesn't look like it. Neither is Rainwakers as NJ now piles on the pain for Jail on shooting headshot. At this point in a 2-on-4. Do they have anything going? I have no idea what the hell Dreamer's doing there. Somehow he makes it work though. Just running extremely wide and winning a fight. So Dennis 2K does look as though Jail on shooting have decided to make the play, or at least make a motion towards B. I don't really know if they're in position at the moment. And they'll be sending the bomb first. So that guy really needs to make certain that he doesn't go down. Dennis 2K though is going to hit the shot. It doesn't actually land it perfectly. He's going to take a second one. That one is definitely going to miss. He'll be burnt out of position. And the nade. That nade could be money. Does he land it perfectly? No, he does not. Aries and Slade though in the 2 versus 2. I don't think Headshot has any idea how much damage has been dealt though. And that might be the only thing keeping them alive.
Kind of disappointed that Nade didn't get a kill, but in this retake scenario, it's going to need some luck, and unfortunately, Dreamer's luck runs out. He fights the player with high HP. There is Dennis, though, doing work. Will he be looking at the right angle? And I asked the completely wrong question. Of course he wasn't. That is another round there to Jail on shooting. That got so close. These rounds have been really close in terms of how many players have been alive, haven't they?
Yeah, incredibly close. And, I mean, just shows the same thing again. Jail on shooting opens up with 2 rounds. Headshot turns things, turns things around with a big streak, and Jail on shooting seemed to be coming back. So Headshot had saved tons of money in the last few, so they'll still be looking good here for the moment. Money is starting to run dry though, and Jail on shooting could very well start getting themselves a number of rounds on T side here.
Yeah, looking increasingly good for them, but will it necessarily bear out throughout the entire game? We of course saw how good Headshot were on T side themselves, so still anybody's map at this stage, but of course Headshot in the lead here because of winning that first map.
Yeah.
well, in the lead in the series. Of course, winning the first map doesn't mean you're automatically in the lead on this server, and it almost feels like it might be taken away from them. Yeah, they are struggling a bit for utility.
Struggling heavily for utility at the moment. And they're going to do some damage here. Eric, he's got to play that safe. He can't afford to take a fight. He's going to actually have Top Cake walk in and pick up a double. That is a wonderful team play there from Headshot as they do double up. It's only brought it into a 3 versus 3 though, as Jail on Shooting has cracked open that B bomb site. HP definitely does not favor the CTs. So you've got to wonder, do they bother trying to go in here? They might do the boost to try and allow Dennis 2k a shot, and doesn't look to be the case. That Molly's going to burn him out of position here. It's going to kill Eric.
I'd say it's time to save.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, Extremes.
You never agree with me. What is this? I said something smart once, guys. I'm writing this down. I will keep it for a rainy day. Does not seem to be raining on the server, however, for Jail on Shooting. It is a very sunny day here, as they should be equalizing it at 6-all. So they'll be feeling pretty good about themselves for that. The 2-weapon save for Headshot. It's okay. Obviously, technical pause here because we've lost a player on Headshot side. They'll probably buy around these weapons, but then that's going to be it for their economy.
Yeah. I mean, they'll force up. I don't know what the last player has in his coffers, but it is incredibly light on utility at this point. Like, Dreamer's not going to be able to get anything. Ayrton maybe a flash or a smoke.
Yeah, definitely non-ideal in this situation. There's a gun on the floor as well, so I'm assuming that's probably for Dreamer, if anybody. While we wait for the player to come back, where do you see this going? I mean, in the last few rounds, Jail on Shooting have been doing the work, and Headshot have struggled to stop him.
Yeah, it does really seem as though that B bomb site is becoming an issue for Headshot. Maybe load an extra player onto the bomb site, or send the AWPer there, depending on what kind of spawns you have. But at the moment, it just seems far too easy for Jail on Shooting to just constantly get into that bomb site, and they're going to drop a player now as well.
Ooh, well, that is that's rather inconvenient. We're missing a player on both sides, so let's hope that they can sort that out. Of course, we do want to get back underway and continue with the game. It's been a fairly entertaining game, I'd say, so far. Been pretty close.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, I wouldn't say that the level of CS is fantastic, but it certainly is quite an exhibition of some skill here.
You didn't go there, did you? You went there. Meanwhile,
I like tactical CS.
Yeah, I'm biased and partial towards tactical CS as well, but of course there's been some nice displays of skill here. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for these players to come back, ESL 1 Belo Horizonte going on at the moment. Ghost versus SK, and on Inferno, Ghost got themselves 5 on T side, so not as bad as I would have expected from them, and SK are not as good as I would have expected.
Ghost was 4-0 up at a stage.
Wow, okay. Did you see Cold Zero against, who was it again? Space Soldiers.
Oh,
on Inferno.
The Inferno carry.
Jeez, 23 kills in the T-half, and they still only got, what was it, 5 rounds?
6. And one of them, when he won it, he basically got them 2 because they immediately saved afterwards.
Yeah, 1v4. That was just crazy. Don't usually see Cold Zero doing those sorts of things, do you?
I mean, he is ideally set up to be the last player alive on a round, so I think I could see him doing that pretty regularly. Just 1v4s are, let's say, unrealistic to win.
Rare indeed. So we are still waiting. Let's just see if we can find out some information here. I think the sound issues have been sorted out from what I can tell. NJ apparently restarting his PC. I don't know about the player we're missing on the other side, though, so let's hope that whatever it isn't serious, and that his internet still works, and that his computer still works.
Yeah.
We do remember a game in ESL last year where one of the players couldn't get ESL Wire to work, so had to update his Windows, and it delayed the broadcast by nearly 2 hours. Do you remember that?
Did it? I thought that was the night that we just
Oh
moved
yeah.
it to a.
It was delayed by 2 hours and then cancelled eventually because it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, let's hope that's not the case at all. 4v4 though, yeah, I think that could work. Why not? Let's do it. Ah, and you ruined it by coming back. What the hell?
Well, I mean, the headshot player was the guy that left for.
This is true. So we are still waiting. In the meantime, thanks to the sponsors, Need for Seat. And of course, you would have seen the Red Bull adverts too. I could do with one of the Red Bulls. And by that, I mean the Formula One car, because those things are cool, man. Don't need the drink. I should not wreck sponsors on broadcast. Not going to do that.
Definitely.
I
should
thought I
not.
learned my lesson with Monster the last time, but
You mean the first time?
yes. But hey, we're still waiting. I do think I sound like I probably had an energy drink or two, but I'm really running out of energy. I only got water here, man.
What is the drink of life?
Tis indeed. So who's going to win Belo Horizonte for you?
Probably Mouse Sports, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Not FaZe?
Or FaZe, I think. I think FaZe or Mouse Sports. Well, they both have stand-ins.
But surely the stand-in for FaZe is a little better than nothing.
I mean, Proman versus nothing.
Nothing
suppose
would win in a rap battle.
FaZe is like the stand-in is a less important role, whereas nothing sort of has to actually frag, which he didn't in the first map.
Tis true. I guess we shall see. I mean, Space Soldiers, you arguing with me yesterday saying that there's no way they were going to beat SK, and then they did. Suck it.
I didn't say that there was no way. I said it was highly unlikely.
But it happened, so suck it. I'm #fan logic.
Yeah.
So don't you think those two groups of fans, they would make for some wonderful sort of violent street brawls if we ever got the Turks and the Brazilians together?
Do you really want to do that, though?
No, I don't. But they do seem to have some very passionate fans. It sometimes bubbles over a little bit on social media.
That it does. At the moment, the Brazilian fans will be pretty happy. SK 13-5 up over Ghost Gaming.
If you want to know about the map, Vito, you have but to ask. Let's tell you what it was. The first map was Train. That was Headshot BG's choice, and of course they won it. Gel on shooting, choosing Cash, and well, so far sitting on equal numbers at the moment. It's not in the admin commands for whatever reason. It's just not there. So sorry about that.
The other the others were bans from Gel on shooting were Inferno and Dust 2 in that order, and Headshot banned Overpass and Nuke. So the last map is Mirage.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's not in the admin commands because it does get shown on the broadcast at the beginning of each map. Yeah, the full veto, so that might be why it's not there. But we can ask them. Meanwhile, I'd like to ask them where this player is.
Yeah, he has made a pretty good job of just disappearing entirely.
Apparently the electricity died for Rainwaker. That is, I was just jokingly saying that I hope his electricity is still working, and it's not. That's kind of bad. I think we might go to an ad break here, guys. So do bear with us. We do apologize. Not a lot we can do about the electricity in Rainwaker's country.
Are you getting any sound on the stream?
Right now, none whatsoever. And we wait. I thought we were going to a break. We're not going to a break, it seems. So coming back to Belo Horizonte, FaZe versus Space Soldiers. Surely FaZe should crush them, right? When we get there.
I think so.
You don't believe in Xantaras?
No, I don't.
I hoped for a little bit more there from you than just no.
The problem with Space Soldiers is that they, I think, rely far too heavily on good games out of Xantaras and Calyx. And while you can certainly accuse FaZe of at times relying heavily on their star power, they don't really have an AWPer to deal with Guardian at the moment. And even though Guardian hasn't looked great, I mean, looked good today, but in general, he seems to have dipped a little bit in the last month or so. Nico's still a monster. Croman has done well, but I think you can cobble enough out of Guardian and Rain that they could probably match Calyx, whereas Nico has just continued to play well. So, I mean, Xantares and then the rest of the team, I don't know. Like, the thing is, it's also, just if you take out the skill aspect, I think that Carrigan's map beaters will probably get them at least some level of advantage. They won't be able to go to Inferno. They won't be able to go to something like, say, Cash. And that'll definitely favor FaZe at the end of the day. So I can't see it happening personally for Space Soldiers. It's not that it's beyond, it's not beyond them, but I just can't see it happening. It's too unlikely.
Fair enough. I do think they also lack for a good AWPer in comparison to somebody like Guardian. I don't believe in Major. Not as an in-game leader, yes, but not as an AWPer.
I mean, not in the direct contest against Guardian. That's the problem. You know, it's the same issue that Liquid tends to have. Is that, like, yeah, they've got a serviceable AWPer, but once you're in that elite range against the top teams in the world, if you don't have a good AWPer, an AWPer that can actually deal other AWPers, it's like, it gets very, very shaky at that point.
It does indeed. Well, we're still waiting. We did think we were going to an ad break while we were waiting for this player, Rainawaker, but we haven't. We've been duped. So let's talk about Group B at Belo Horizonte then. Mousesports, Liquid, Big, and NTC. NTC definitely coming last there, right?
Should be. They didn't look good in their loss to Mousesports at all. They got utterly thumped.
Yeah, on the first map, a little bit less so on the second, but still not encouraging. Big, I'm kind of, I guess, disappointed that Smooya isn't doing more, but then I'm also not surprised.
You expected more out of the ratting?
I just said I'm not surprised. Let me finish. Do they have anything? Is it going to basically be Big and NTC not doing anything?
It just seems like Big from Katowice. It's like, question 1, has Tabson gone Ultra God mode? If yes, possibly win. If no, definitely lose.
Seemingly so. Hey Edmonds, where's the music? We can't hear any music. No ad break. Don't worry.
What are your thoughts then on Group E?
Group E, Liquid should top it. I think Mousesports with the stand-in. I mean, nothing is a good player, but not a good player in 2018. He was a good player 3 years ago, maybe longer. So, I don't see them without Oscar necessarily being as good as they usually are.
So now the all-important question: can Liquid win?
In the tournament, no.
Why?
They're good at making finals. They're not good at winning them.
But in theory, they have the perfect chance to win here. I mean,
No
FaZe has no Astralis. FaZe has a stand-in. Mousesports hasn't looked good of late. SK, who even really knows right now. So why could Liquid not win?
There we go. We have a break. Okay. Back in a bit.
world upon your shoulders. For I'm not the only one. How could you look behind now when everything is done? Oh, you carry the world upon your shoulders. For I'm not the only one. How could you look behind now when everything is done?
Does look like we are back. ESL SEC Season 7, 6-all on the scoreboard at the moment. Sorry for the long delay. Not a lot we can do about it if a player's power goes out. Apparently they didn't have a sub on hand, so we are finally ready to go, and thus we go.
Yeah, sub from Team Wendigo Ships. Apparently he's a pretty damn solid player. I mean, Wendigo, they qualified for what event was it recently? Was it the major?
It was a minor, but
Was it the minor?
yeah, kind of qualified for the major just yet. Waiting for the admins to sort out the game
They
sound
beat
for us.
somebody though. They like, I'm trying to remember who they beat. But either way, Wendigo does have some. Well, what can you say?
We can say the things
Either
are
way,
dying.
right
We
now,
can't hear
sorry,
any of
never
it.
mind. Yeah, Headshot BG are cleaning up around here on Jalon shooting fairly easily. 4 players alive at the end of the round. And Jalon shooting back on what should be an eco. Actually, Cox is going to buy up on the AWP. That's interesting. I mean, he's generally avoided the AWP on the T side. So for him to buy the AWP straight up, nobody else has actually really picked up anything. I'm okay now. Okay, Deagles and Armaka do come through except for NJ. But, I mean, this is a lot on Cox, and he really hasn't shown the desire to AWP aggressively. So I'm not certain how this works.
He's going to have to come big in the round. Let's see what he can do. For those wondering, we actually have no control over any production element whatsoever. We're literally talking into microphones and that's it. So can't fix anything if you guys let us know. We can just tell the admins. Does seem like the sound is out of sync as well. Let me tell the admins about that one. But hey guys, we've had a few issues, but hopefully we can get some good CS. Let's see what Jalon shooting can do. Headshot in the lead, but it's not going to be helping them out that NJ gets that early kill. Top kick with a reply. Etchen in a very good position. He hasn't given away his spot just yet. Does now reveal himself and will get traded out. But I think he's done enough here to maybe win it for his team, and that looks to be the case. Unless NJ can do something crazy with a deagle. He needs a triple kill here. And he's not going to get it.
No, he's not. I mean, I was just going to say, like, NJ's skill on the deagle should not be underestimated. Just last night, he utterly dumped Click Tech with a, what is it, a 4K on the deagle. So certainly has a lot of a reputation behind that weapon and that gun. So not really so great. This time Jalon shooting are going to just force up on NJ. Okay, I'm not quite certain what this is. Just constant force buys. Doesn't seem the best. Oh wait, no.
Well, they
never
kind
mind.
of
So
have
it's
to.
the
It's the
last
last round. But of course, we have been waiting a long time. And geez, he was waiting for that. Ships gets a double kill with the no-scope. So triple kill with the no-scope. Ships destroying them. What on earth did we just see?
The power of a stand-in. I have no idea what the hell that was.
Okay. Ships. Well, he does do something to them, and it does rhyme with ships. He did that on them.
Jeez, like.
Wow, so that is the 9-6 there after the long wait. Maybe that makes it feel a little bit more worthwhile. Headshot in the lead here after looking like Jalon shooting were going to take the half. We go over to CT side for Jalon shooting. Pistol round. Got the USPs, but oh, Cox getting up close. You don't necessarily want to do that with a USP. And that's
Not
the
on
early
pistol.
advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's trying to do that on pistol. Especially with only one player helping them out, and that player's also going to go down. That's NJ. Top kick has been dropped by Raga as they try to cross into the A side, but at the moment, Ships, he's getting up close and he's going to put a bullet in between Raga's eyes. Slade won. He's now the last remaining player in a 1 versus 3. Bomb is certainly going to be going down. There we go. And he's going to try to fight his way out of trouble
is he
here.
gonna get
Is it
knifed?
going to work though? He's actually run straight past Ships. What the hell just happened there?
4-3 happened there. I'm pretty sure he's not playing on 69, so he wouldn't have seen him on the edge of his viewpoint there. I thought Ships was maybe going to go for the knife, but he didn't. 10-6. And what was a very close game is no longer a close game at this point. Jalon shooting though, however, going for the 5 deagle, so looking to keep things nice and far away. Keep them at arm's length and maybe get a pick or two with the deagle. Not working so far.
No, definitely not. Dreamer and Dennis 2K tapping away to victory, and yeah, this is really not getting close. There'll be some damage dealt. Actually, they lose 2 players there, so Small also chances, but Raga on the Deagle will need to upgrade as soon as possible. He's got no armor either, so as soon as one bullet hits him, it's almost done. Never mind, he doesn't even need to get hit. And he's throwing all the punches at the moment. Dennis 2K gets absolutely murked.
Dennis always looking very good with an AWP, but there with an AK, doesn't win the battle at all. And still an opportunity here. No armor for Raga, but if he gets lucky, maybe he can get a kill or two. Maybe he could even win it, but I don't see it. He's been spotted. That being said, somehow gets the kill. But of course, time is a waste and it's running out, so there's nothing he can do. Yeah, he's got to back away. Ayrton with his beautiful Dozier picture also decides to skedaddle on out there. No reason to stick around. An 11-6 here headshot, making some space between themselves and Jail on shooting. Jail on shooting now. I'm interested to see that Cox is force buying.
Seems like they all are trying to buy around that. Okay, not.
So the Orpa force bought and nobody else did. That's maybe disastrous for them.
I don't even understand what the hell that is.
Neither do I, but there are the kills coming in, and the kills are all favoring Headshot at this stage. Only a single kill to Jail on shooting, and surely not going to be able to do too much more than a bit of damage with that Deagle. Cox, the man who's force board, he probably shouldn't go down here, but still taking the fight, and it's not going to work out at all. Somehow Slade, though. He gets the bomb, and there is a player on low HP, but of course, there's so much map control here for Ships and Co. He was always going to get shot in the back of the head.
Yeah. I mean, Ships has looked... what, 3 rounds? 11 kills? We were told he was lit by the Bulgarian casters, so...
yeah. So what we heard.
Kid clearly is.
And as we've mentioned before, we know there's a sound delay. We can't fix it. We take the feed from elsewhere. We have no production control whatsoever. They are trying to fix it. But I don't know if there's enough game left for them to be able to fix it. The push through mid not working at all. But there was a player that got in behind them. And that is Cox. He does get a kill. Raga also jumping in with a kill as well. Raga doing some fantastic work. Ships also going down. And finally, Ayrton, he gets tucked into bed and then falls off the roof. That was all rather
Raga
disjointed.
doing some huge work. Yeah, very, very disjointed. That's going on all over the map. And Headshot, they lose their first round on the T side.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good there for Jail on shooting, considering they kept 4 players alive as well. So maybe they can start to build an innings here. NJ doing something quite risky. I think he hit top kick there through the edge of the wall, so that was a headshot there on the CZ player. But the buy from both sides under some pressure.
That nade. Oh, it's going to do some damage to Dennis 2K.
Still 5 alive on both sides.
Yeah, passivity. Oh, lovely shot there from Raga as he does get Dennis 2K. That'll actually drop the AK back down. Dreamer should be the one to collect that. And he definitely does NJ up close. That's obviously what he was trying to do on that pistol. Gets himself Ships and Headshot down to a 3 versus 5 here. Weaponry does certainly favor them in terms of what they have in general. But kills like that not going to be helping them at all. And Raga, once again, great AWPing here as he picks up a second. Can he get a third? He can indeed. Down goes Ayrton. Headshot 12-8 now. And almost certainly giving up a 9th.
Does seem like that'll be the case there. I wonder what Dreamer was trying to do with his flash. He flashed himself and then got AWPed. That was not his finest moment. He's had some good moments over the years. Pistols and nothing but here for Headshot BG. What can they do? Not a lot.
Yeah, clearly not.
They've had to mostly save. They just don't have anything to work with here. So unfortunately for them, don't think they're going to be able to do much more than a little damage. And even there, it doesn't feel like that's all that likely after all. In fact, no kills coming in there at all for Headshot. Jail on shooting, hitting back pretty emphatically now within 3. 12-9, full buy here for Headshot.
Yeah, and that economy continues to swell here for Jail on shooting, so it will be very, very shaky if Headshot don't win this round, it'll really need to win at the very least 2 rounds here to break the jail and shooting economy, and that's been pretty tough the last couple of rounds. Headshot hasn't looked that great once their speed doesn't work out, as they are going to lose a player, but just like that, they crack open the B bomb site. Ayrton and Ships piling through there along with the rest of the team. Jalen shooting though in a horrible situation. Aries is going to push, and that's a critical kill for Top Kick to get. That'll shut down the flank, and all of a sudden Jalen shooting don't really have positions now to retake the site. Headshot knows where they could be coming from and will almost certainly counter it. Cox dies while falling, and Raggett wants no more part of these shenanigans.
A lot of players low there, but just not the right sort of weaponry to take advantage of it, unfortunately. So Ragged's going to have to hang on to the AWP, probably for dear life, and it does seem like Ships does want to try to take it away from him.
Clearly very interested in removing the weapon from Ragged.
Running down on him like a herd of elephants, and he gets 2 somehow. I don't know how he did that, but he did that. Does lose the weapon in the end, however.
It's more of a problem for Headshot than Jalen shooting, to be honest.
That's pretty scary if you look at their money. Okay, well, triple AWP. That seems
okay. That's
seems
one
reasonable.
way to completely tap out your economy.
Oh, I don't know what they're doing here. I hope for their sake that they manage to win it, because if they don't, that's probably the game. It's not going to have any money left.
I don't understand. Like, why are they...
Oh! That's a hard off there coming in, but there is a trade at least, so that does help them somewhat here for the CTs. A couple of players a little touched in terms of HP, but still. Aries, the heavy hitter from the previous map, he's roasting. What happened? Why didn't he throw the smoke down sooner? He goes down to 2 HP. Meanwhile, Raga getting aggressive there towards A main. And he got himself 1. Ayrton in a good position. He could have traded him out, but chose not to open the door there. I guess maybe worrying that there might be somebody close by. Still
you
hearing...
can hear jumping the... Yeah.
Go.
Well, at the moment, Headshot seem to be making the A plays. They will not give it away with the mid-smoke. Top Kick though. Ayrton's actually got the timing. He's going to grab himself Raga. That's a critically important kill to get. NJ is going to go down. They need to make the cross though, and that is the biggest worry. They don't have control of the bomb, and 32 seconds. This could still be Jalen Shooting's round, despite the horrible position they have. Aries is not going to push up behind them. He's going to get a possible kill here. He's going to miss that shot. Needed to land it. Swaps to an AWP, and all of a sudden it's a 2 AWP retake here. That could be pretty tough, even though the angles and the ranges do favor Headshot right now.
Do you think they're going to go for the boost here, maybe? Oh, they're not going to be able to. With all the fire raining in there, that should be that. Ayrton still gets 2, in fact. Could he get 3? He ran out of bullets. That was so unfortunate for him. Nearly a hero round on low HP. 1 more bullet and NJ was done for.
Yeah, that was hella close. And, I mean, Jalen Shooting had no real business winning from that position, but just enough for, who was it? I think it was NJ that clutched it out there. And, I mean, still their money now as a result of that crazy triple AWP buy, which, I mean, what can we really say that was the a successful round with the triple AWPs, considering they had 1 of them left at the end of it?
Probably not. They made some hard work of that, but Headshot not giving up on the buys, yeah. They decide to hang on to it and just keep on spending money. Let's see, will it favor them or will it unravel? And that's not helping NJ with the first kill. And he's not being shut down, and as I say that, he does actually go down there to Dennis 2K. So, site in their control. The bomb has been dropped out in the open. This is going to be quite tough for them to get back, especially when Cox is landing shots like that. He is going crazy. So is the CZ, but Ships, man alone here. He is going to have to do something nuts.
Yeah, he's the stand-in. Highly rated player. He's not going to spot the player above him, and that'll be the death of the stand-in player Ship. So 13 to 11 as Jalen Shooting continues the comeback trail. Headshot will be forced to save here and allow Jalen Shooting to get their 12th round.
Yeah, for Headshot, now on a save. That's only a couple of P250s there that they've got to work with. They'll just be looking to do some economic damage, maybe get a bomb plant, but on a map like Cache, very difficult to get your way onto a bomb site. Compared to some of the other maps where you can just cascade out and often get a plant anyway.
Yeah,
Ships.
ships.
Did he see him? He did.
What?
What? He could do some damage. This is close enough for the P250 to get a kill, and in fact it nearly does. Couple players low here, and the bomb plant goes down as well. That is a dream scenario there for Headshot BG. And for Jaylon shooting, quite an oversight to allow that to happen.
Yeah, I have no idea how the hell that worked, but it worked. Could have gotten a little bit more. Would have been pretty glad to get themselves a couple more kills, and Jaylon shooting's money still, it's in that danger zone. It's not 100% safe, but they should be able to get out a bye if they do lose this round. Headshot though, this is all of their money invested into this one. I don't think it would be a great idea to force up if they lose it.
Definitely not, and Aries with the push there gets himself a kill, and that was cheeky going through his own smoke. Sometimes it's those sorts of plays that are going to win the game for you when you do something audacious. Headshot still in the lead, but they are losing numbers, and they're losing them fast. Raga and Cox, those weapons ringing out. Now 2v5. Etten, the last man left alive, in fact, would have to ace. Let's see what he can do. He's going to do his best.
Right, got the first kill. Needs to work for the next, and holding good angles. Gives himself the second. Not going to get the third. Raga times it perfectly, and the trade out does indeed come through. So Jaylon shooting gets himself to 13. Headshot. I said they shouldn't probably, probably shouldn't force. They'll light buy here with pistols and armor, so they'll still have enough to buy into the next round. But at this point, looks like Jaylon shooting on course for a victory in the second map.
That's looking pretty good for them, unless the CZs have something to say about it. Of course, we are playing on the latest patch. It's not like Belo Horizonte where they're stuck with the old one. This is the latest one, so it's slightly nerfed CZ.
And a slightly more powerful M4A1.
Well, not more powerful, just more ammo, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's more powerful, isn't it? You can spam a little bit more.
I guess so. Dennis and co. poking around here on the bomb site. Raga going to be poking right back, and they're getting mowed down. Raga with the triple kill. That is that in the round. 14 to 13 Jaylon shooting back in the lead now. And things looking a little bit grim for Headshot. They started this half so well, and since then it's actually reversed entirely.
Yeah, it's what, 12-8, now 13-14, so Headshot definitely not looking the same team as they did before the break.
Not at all. Double AWP, yeah. Not quite the insanity of the triple AWP, but still enough that it can affect them negatively should they be in a retake scenario. But so far, Headshot have struggled a little bit to get onto the sites.
Jaylon shooting just overloading the map with mid control. At the moment, 3 players in there, 1 in the vents as well. So does Headshot try and work him out there? They're gonna molly off the box player at the moment, looks like. So pretty standard mid take here. And they'll go through. They're actually going to catch Cox. What the hell kind of position is that? That's a scary position. They'll get themselves a second on Aries, and all of a sudden, Jaylon shooting looking very shaky, and NJ's going to miss a sitter. Does he get it? He does indeed get that crazy flick though, and that'll help him out big time. Ships is the next man up and the next man down as well. Ayrton now finally does trade it out. It's a 2-on-3. Slade's going to get aggressive through the smoke. He's going to get a double, leaving it all onto Dreamer. This is a horrible situation. 35 seconds to make something happen. He's going to spot the player, and he's going to go down because he can't hit him. 15-13 to Jaylon shooting, and they are pulling it back big time.
Yeah. Gotta say, NJ, they lived for way longer than he probably should have. I don't know why the Headshot players weren't supporting the entry on the site. The attempted trade, just they were going one by one at the AWPer. Really not a good look for Headshot.
No, not at all.
Still with a buy at least, so they do have some weapons here to do some damage. but they're now running out of map because it is, of course, map point here for Jelon shooting. It is their map choice, of course. So they'll be feeling fairly good about their chances here. The only thing, of course, is Headshot do still have those weapons. So if they can find something, they can surely take it to overtime, but hasn't looked likely in the last few rounds.
No, it has not. The aggression from Jelon shooting, just catching Headshot off guard way too many times.
Oh, the spray through the door there, and the spray battle will get won by Cox. Dennis finally with a reply, but that might be the only reply in this round. 2v4 situation. Dennis and Dreamer, the two men left alive here. Rager playing with fire, but he manages to escape. And it's all on Dreamer. He needs to win a 1v3. They know his position as well. And this is going to be so tough for him to win. Needs the first shot here, but he is being baited. And the bait is going to work. Aries gets the kill, and that is that on the second map. 16 to 13. Jelon shooting managed to turn it over. And Headshot after that long delay because of Rainwaker's electricity going out. Ships from Wendigo comes in. He comes in with massive impact, and then they lose the map.
Yeah, I don't know. They look pretty good. With 2-3
Great
rounds
time.
after he joined, and then just nothing happened.
See you guys in a few minutes.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find.
It does appear that there is a knife round happening. This is ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 7, and it is game day 8. Headshot BG versus Jail on shooting the third and deciding map in the series. I'm Extremed and joined by Prophecy for the decider.
Yeah, it's 3 of a best of 3. Jello shooting, losing the first, winning the second. Headshot winning the first, losing the second. Who would have guessed?
It's like it works that way or something. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, something like that, eh?
It's hard to tell when it's late. And also for us, it's cold. We're in the southern hemisphere, guys, so... It's winter here. Unlike where these games are being played, where it's really warm. Slows the brain a little bit. So question, with ships being involved here, obviously a player from a team that's at a higher level is from Wendigo. He looked amazing.
Wendigo qualified ESL Season 8.
Oh, Pro League Season 8.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, he is a good player, yes. Is he necessarily going to help their cause here?
I don't know. Didn't really see much of him on the first map, to be honest. Or on the second map. He did well. He was only there for the second half of the second map and got 16 frags for 13 deaths. So certainly capable.
But they did not win, which is more the issue, I guess. He got the frags, but does it maybe affect the balance of the team? I guess we shall have to see. We're into the pistol round here. Jail and shooting versus Headshot BG, the last map of the evening. Both teams have looked fairly good on this map so far, so you know, in previous games, hard to tell which way this one's going to go.
Yeah, very hard. Remains to be seen. The Headshot really just seemed to do well up until a point, then fell apart against Jello shooting. So
there is an engagement happening, and that is the CT player caught totally out of position there. He got wrecked. And talking about wrecked, Dennis finds Aries there. He didn't deserve for wrecked. Raga certainly deserved that kill.
yeah, very well played there by Raga, but Jello shooting not really in any kind of position to defend the side. The Headshot taking slightly longer, but will go A, and that will be a very tough retake for the Jello shooting boys. 2 versus 4. They do have a kit. They got a smoke, but that's going to be a very, very tough one at the moment. Good to see that they played together. Unfortunately, Slade's boost is not going to work out, so they'll actually just save.
Yeah, probably the astute thing to do. There's no reason to go for this with the value that they've got. They can use that in the next round, presumably on the force bar. That tends to be what most teams will do, so no reason to go for any more. Of course, the update to Mirage has happened with the open skyboxes and some other little minor changes like the ramp towards T-apps, and there's obviously the little window in mid that's gone. Oh, Raga making hard work of that. That's the kit out of the equation here. I wonder if Slade is going to stay where he is or try to recover it. Looks like he'll get a kill. So, Jail on shooting with nothing to show for it really, aside from a couple kills. Headshot do take all the spoils and they bring out the big guns.
Yeah, 5 AKs in the second round by. That's pretty interesting. You don't usually see that. So Jail shooting will have a tough time. His range does help them with the deagles, but they can't afford to even get hit by a single bullet here on a couple of... Well, actually only Raga. The rest of them do have armor. So Aries, oh, missing. And NJ will actually contribute to that kill.
It's going to help him out a little bit through the wall there. Of course, he knows the position of the player, and that is a very, very spammable wall with an AK. So Aries is going to have to do something, and he does do something. Just taps away there, gets a very nice headshot, and could even get more. He's dealt some damage here, and this could work out for Raga and co. It's just that, I was going to say, he needs to land a headshot, and he does land a headshot. He lands a second, in fact. Raga doing some fantastic work there. And Ayrton now all on his lonesome, making so much noise as well. I don't know why he's committing to the site when surely he should know that they're going to be waiting for him. Oh, goes for it anyway and gets dropped.
Very strange decision making.
Yep, mind equal blown. And there we have a pause again. Hopefully It's not somebody's electricity. So that was quite a turnaround there. We're at 1-1 yet again. And Headshot making quite a meal of it. That as soon as Aries got that AK, it just seemed like they panicked and rushed towards the B-bomb site from Cat. And they ran right into the waiting Jaws Zaraga with that deagle.
Yeah, I don't know. Headshot don't seem as coordinated as they did on the first map, to be honest. Looking very, very just individualistic.
Very much so. Not a good look for them. And that could also be the influence of having a sub in who's maybe not down with the systems. He's certainly doing well from a fragging point of view, but the team, of course, on the previous map didn't win it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Very weird indeed. I don't know what the pause is for. If it's let's just check if it is something technical. No word on what the pause is about. It might be a tactical pause, I guess. Sounds like some ready up signals are coming, so let's hope that they get going pretty soon. Meanwhile, just an update on ESL 1 Belo Horizonte SK versus Ghost. SK took the first map 16-6 on Inferno, and on Dust 2 are now up 10-3, so it looks like they probably got that one in the bag.
Yeah, so Ghost Gaming, relatively new team in terms of 2 new players. They will almost certainly be going out in the first round here at the ESL Belo Horizonte.
Well, good for them that they only travelled from North America to South America as opposed from Europe or something. So the flight would have been a little shorter than some of the other guys' experience. So there's that small mercy, but they won't feel any better about it.
None at all.
So apparently it is a technical issue for NJ. He did have some issues earlier, so let's hope that whatever it is gets resolved quickly. Looks like we're back. Hooray. We have had so many pauses and so many delays today. If I had any hair to pull out, I would have pulled it out by now. But it looks like the game is still going. 1-1 here, Jalen Shooting versus Headshot BG, ESL Southeast Europe Season 7. We're back into it.
Yeah, back into it for now. And Headshot BG will be looking to recover the mojo that they seem to have lost since the stand-in has walked or has come in.
He's just stealing all the kills, and you know the rest of them can't get going, right? It's the only explanation.
Something like that.
Dreamer on the angle, doesn't find anybody. NJ, the problem child with the bad computer or whatever it is. He got himself a kill. Aries also gets one before not getting much more than a headshot in return. So we should see a bomb plant here. As to whether it's winnable, it's going to be tough, but it's not impossible.
No.
Now
Top
it's
kick
impossible.
would need, Top kick would need some crazy shots to win that, but it's not going to happen. So, Jalen Shooting picks up their second headshot, and I mean they'll get the bomb plant, but I can't see them buying in this round. They should just be saving again.
Yeah, that's what they're going to have to do, considering they invested quite a bit there already. So here we go into another round. Should just be pistols and some armor, but probably not armor on all of them. Of course, they do want to come in with a good buy in the 5th round here. So good opportunity here for Jalen Shooting to extend their lead.
Sure. Nice shot there from Ships. Get that kill.
Took him 3 chances, but he got it on the 3rd. Strike 3.
Yeah. Dreamer's now going to step into the angle, and oh, so much damage to Aries, just not able to complete the kill. Raga now dealing with a horde of barbarians pushing into that B side. He'll get one, but traded out immediately. 3 versus 3 now. Slade is on hand to help out here. He's going to have to fight his way to safety. Ships is now pushed up through mid, and that's gotten a very important kill. Swaps to the Deagle and does huge damage, and just like that, headshot PG win a round that they had no business winning.
Geez, Ships with a triple kill there, courtesy of the Deagle. He's doing some real work since joining the team here, obviously as a sub. 6 kills for 3 deaths, so fragging away. Doesn't necessarily mean they're in the lead, but they're in a good position now to possibly take it away, because the economy for Jalen Shooting fully tapped out here.
Yeah, dear lord. That was a crazy round for headshot. Dreamer going to go through the smoke. Does he get the timing correct? We're going to swap away from him. Ayrton cops a bit of a headshot through the wall there.
He's lucky he took it through the wall, otherwise he probably would have been down, but still survives. For Jalen Shooting, they don't have a lot of utility, but then again, neither do Headshot. The thing is, though, the weaponry overall for Headshot probably just that little bit better. So these aim duels is what it's going to come down to, and that's a nice opening for NJ.
Yeah, Dennis 2K somehow able to sneak into the vent room and get the kill there. Dreamer now grabs himself Raga. That'll be on A site. Does look like an A hit is coming in. Cox is going to hit a lovely shot there onto Dennis 2K. Great flick to get his team in with a chance now. Nobody's controlling the palace area, and that could be critical with only 46 seconds left in the map. Dreamer is going to line it up and knock Cox straight down. Ayrton, though, he's got the angle. Aries is not going to be watched here. He's actually going to get the kill. No, never mind. Never mind. Dreamer on hand to save the day.
3 HP there on Ayrton, but it doesn't matter. The kill came in, and he was going to go down either way, whether the kill happened or not. Jalen Shooting now, because they'd spent so much money, well, now they got no money.
Nuts. Nikki's. Absolutely.
There's those stairs we were talking about. I like how he stopped there to just regard his luck. Like, wow, I ran up there. I did it all on my own. It was hard, but he made it work. And talking about making it work.
Oh, NJ. Lovely diesel shots coming at you. But at the end of it all, at the end of all things, we will find a new beginning, and that new beginning is that Jalen Shooting finally has a rifle buy again.
Finally. So he has rifles versus rifles. No AWPs on the field, of course, which is interesting. Of course, T-side on a map like this, you're not always going to pick it up anyway. And for jail on shooting, money somewhat of an issue. So if they'd gone that way, it would have definitely have to be some kind of glass cannon thing. Cox, however, is usually the man with the AWP, decides to get aggressive there in underpass, and that's a nice early opening.
That's great early opening. He's probably not going to be expecting the second player, though. He gets himself a double. Dennis 2K going down to a man with just that. And Dreamer, once again, trying to work the ramp area headshot. Looks like they're bugging out and going towards the B site. Jalen Shooting doesn't know that, obviously, and still focusing on the A site. And they're actually very, very low on utility here. So if Headshot can get into that B site, it might be a very tough retake for the boys on the CT side. Dreamer, once again, sneaking through here. He's done quite a bit of work. He couldn't get himself a double here. ENG and Cox, does the timing work out? He gets himself Cox, and that could convince Jalen Shooting that it is in fact an A. So Dreamer doing huge work here. He's going to fall back now, but you can see the rotations from Jalen Shooting. Headshot themselves might have actually believed in this a little bit too much.
Yeah, this could be quite dicey. NJ cops a headshot through the wall there, but he will get hosed down with those bullets. However, Slade traded out, and Raga 1v1 versus Ayrton. Ayrton's got the bomb, so it's going to be a race to that B bomb side, and they'll probably arrive more or less the same time.
That they will. Ayrton does have a full kit of utility though, and Raga taking an awfully long time to walk through there. Ayrton will plant as safely as is possible, but he will not be able to prevent Raga from getting out. And Raga absolutely nails him.
Gotta question what Ayrton was thinking with the time that he still had available. He had a molly, he had a smoke and flashes. He could have stopped any kind of peek from even being a possibility before we put the bomb down.
Yeah, I don't know. Panic maybe?
Maybe, but definitely don't want to go and peek the window right after planting the bomb. Raga, my man. He managed to win it. 4-3 here on the scoreboard. Money's still an issue for both sides, and it's gonna probably be this round or the next that will determine which of these teams run out of economy and maybe start to build up a lead or retake the lead in Jail on Shooting's case.
Yeah, money is dicey for both teams here. And Ships, oof, that was a messy kill. Somehow he gets out of it though with the death of, or the blood of NJ on his hands. He's going to have to do quite a bit of work here. He's going to do that fantastically well, but gets caught out by the second man pushing. Dennis 2K, lovely spray, gets himself ahead of Cox. And it's a 2-on-3 retake. Jalen Shooting does have control of the CT area. That's in the hands of Slade, and he's going to try and win a fight. Yeah, he does indeed. That'll be against Dreamer. He has a real chance here. Lots of HP left. Bomb not actually all that close to the A side, so they'll have to try and recover it. And with Dennis in position, this could be a near impossibility for Slade here.
Very open position though from Dennis, so with his HP, it is one of those situations that he could still lose if he had chosen to come CT. So that's quite ballsy, but still a pretty good decision to try to hold him off. I'm just not sure of the positioning nonetheless, but hey, Slade's smelling a rat, and he'll know now with the bomb plant going down that he's got no chance.
Yeah, likelihood of victory low.
I want to say 0, but of course it's Counter-Strike, so you can never really say never.
Never say never again.
Fake Bond movies for the win. Look there, the boxes as well. I haven't seen that yet. So that's the new change as well. The ladder's gone there also. And then here towards the middle where his crosshair just was in the corner there on the left.
It's
the
easy
roof
to
is
see.
gone.
Yeah.
And then the other change, of course, is the skyboxes that are open.
There's lots of small changes. Palace now, there's a slightly... They added like an extra little corner, so you can actually throw the molly into that corner and it'll bounce directly to under Palace without you having to like get into a dangerous position.
Oh,
you can smoke. Yeah, I mean you can smoke B apps from CT now. You can smoke Palace from B side, and Dreamer can get a kill on Slade. Trade outs all the way around and headshot. Well favored in this round. 4 versus 3. No AKs on the board. No rifles on the board for Jalen shooting.
Slade lying there all lonely. Don't know why the Obs has gotten stuck on that, but we do break away eventually. Bomb is done. Against the Pistols, yeah, they should have this, barring a miracle. But it does seem like they've got it, so it should be 6-3 here. Rager's managed to get himself close. Maybe he can do some damage. And as I say that, he gets utterly denied, so not going to happen for them. 6-3 will be the score here for headshots. And this is more what we were used to out of that first map, but on cash, things definitely didn't go all the way after the addition of ships, the sub coming in for Rainwaker.
Yeah, it looked good for a period and then just sort of became a whole lot of nothing, to be honest.
Did have a nice highlight with the triple no scope there on B sites on cash. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, that did look sexy.
So if that's in a highlight video, I do want to see that one again. So look out for that. It'll probably be on the ESL ACC Twitter or Facebook. So of course go and follow that, type !social and chat. Go and follow ESL ACC on all the platforms that matter and the ones that don't. Woo! Cox, he is so good with that deagle. But again, round over here, it's got to be 7-3. I wanted to call them Wendigo for a second just because of Ships' clan tag, because of course he is from Wendigo, a team that's in ESL Pro League for next season.
Yeah. And headshots all round.
Yep, it's in the name. We will see a buy here for Jaylon shooting, so you'd imagine they're going to have some kind of plan to turn things around, but with already 7 on the board for headshot, they've done what they've needed to in this half, this map. If you get yourself 7 on T, you're pretty well placed going into the CT side, so Jaylon shooting, they've got to do some work here.
Yeah, they really need to do some work, and very soon. 7 rounds on T side of Mirage. I mean, we don't really know how it's going to break down. Changes are small, but they are going to have a very big impact. And Jaylon shooting, yeah, they are definitely favored in this round. Aries is walking right up behind them. Are they going to get the kill? They're going to get the first one. Aries now does strike, and he's going to grab himself 2 along with Slade, but he has control of the bomb. Ships is going to push in through that smoke, try and take control of the kitchen area, but at this point, he's the last remaining player in a 1 versus 3. Not looking too healthy either. Sprays through the smoke. Both players are going to whiff pretty badly. Ships, though, does win it at the end. He's got 1 HP, and Cox removes that from him.
Yeah, that is exactly what Jaylon shooting needed, and that was all of Aries' aggression there through lowers and underpass. So I think that was a very much needed play, and it was also because of the lack of mid control really for headshot there that he was able to get there.
Well, Cox back on the
okay.
The AUG, and it's working pretty well. Not quite as effectively as yesterday, though.
Yeah, Dreamer doing some nice work here. In fact, he gets the second as well. Dropped low on the HP, and there's Top Cake also jumping in with a rare kill. He struggled a little bit, but that is going to help his team, and he's got some control towards the Zay site. Oh, on the angle, there's no way that NJ was going to live through that with Ships coming through connector.
Yeah, the bait and switch. Braga with a lovely headshot there, and 2-on-1. Braga is going to try to get himself out of trouble here. Can he do it? And he's going to get shot in the back. Is he? No, his timing is actually going to be perfect here. He knows where the now one player is. Doesn't know where the second one is. Ships is hauling ass to try and get into position, and they still haven't spotted him. Braga actually gets the high HP player. This is definitely on now. Ships goes down, and Dreamer none the wiser. Braga does have a kit, so he could stick and hold this. He's gonna tap it. Dreamer out, and that's an easy clutch.
Takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and that Raga sunk them in that round. I think Ships being a bit too clever there, trying to rotate. Considering they knew where the player was, there was no need to do that.
No, not at all.
Oh no. Feels bad, man. The thing you can't say on Overwatch.
Amongst many other things.
Yep. I'll console myself with Pepe. 5 to 7, yeah. And that spam through the smoke, doing some big damage, but only enough to really make Dennis mad. He gets himself slayed. Chirps.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Aries, he's usually been aggressive, but the victim of some aggression there, Topcake and NJ trading. And that will be that for the round. Surely, Raga is the hero of the previous round, but are they going to make the same sort of mistakes? Definitely not. More of them alive this time around. Dennis on hand to plant him in the ground. 8 now for headshot, and that is the half win for them.
Yeah, and still 2 rounds to go. Jalen Shooting will be forced to double save here. So Headshot will get themselves to 9 rounds at the very least, unless something crazy happens here. And I mean, job done basically. They could be very happy with the work they've done here on the new map of Mirage. Might very well be the first competitive game on the new map, as Cox killed Streamer with a lovely headshot there. Dennis 2K does trade him out, but headshot still well favored in this round, even in the 4 versus 4.
Well, there's a kill for Topcake. The weapons there for ENG and Co. somewhat incommodious compared to what they would have typically liked to have. Doesn't seem to be holding back these players, though, somehow getting a couple kills against expectations, and that smoke was somewhat of a failure there, allowing Slade the opportunity.
Yeah, ooh, okay. Things are on now. Ships will have to win a 1v2. Jalen Shooting do suspect that he is actually coming towards the B side, so Slade is going to jump into position. He's not spotted the player. So Ships, there's no chance of him planting the bomb here. He's going to have to win the fights.
Gotta fight it out now. Ship's trying to sniff them out. Where are they? And he finds one, but finds himself a headshot for his trouble. So opportunity to draw within 1, surely, for Jelon Shooting.
Yeah. Wouldn't be too bad of a recovery, although, to be fair, they somehow won a miracle round in the last one.
Yes, they did. So 8 to 6 here, possibly 8 to 7 if Jelon Shooting have anything to say about it. Full buy on both sides, and again, Cox persisting with the AUG.
Yeah, well, got him a kill on the AWP there. So
Oh.
Dennis is just taking a beating from these utility grenades. Slade completes that kill there onto Dennis.
That's real unfortunate now here for Headshot BG. They're actually giving them a way back into this game when it was looking like Jelon Shooting might have been buried. They've done just enough. And in the 4v2 situation, surely this is Jelon Shootings. Cox getting another one there. Ayrton on low HP, and that is probably going to be that for the round. Cox knows his position, and the AUG, we questioned it, he gets the triple kill with it. So who cares if he does that? 8 to 7, yeah. Headshot still in the lead, but at least for Jelon Shooting, they got something out of it. Are we out of sync or something?
No, shouldn't be. What the hell? Oh, well, okay. Headshot. 3 to 2. Okay, alright. Confusion reigns, and at the moment, NJ in a 1 versus 1. Not looking too shabby. He does have that deagle, so no body armor for him. Topcake should suspect the position of this T player. Can he make it happen though? Headshots are the order of the day, and Topcake picks up a fantastic one.
Indeed, we're definitely out of sync here. The stream has absolutely wandered completely. So, you're ahead of what we're seeing. But as you said, you already told people what's going to happen, and that's what happened. So what can we do?
What time are you?
I'm just trying to refresh it. 03. Are we in sync?
I have no idea. I mean, 03 is not helpful to me. Like
145.
Okay, I'm way ahead.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I can't refresh it to being any newer, so I don't know how we're going to cast this.
I can just pause and keep going.
Okay, well, meanwhile, Ship's getting a kill there through Connector. Couple kills, in fact, with a nice spray down. Headshot still in the lead, of course, and Slade on the angle here. Maybe he'll get himself something. No, he will not. Cox left alone in a 1v4 with Deagle. So just about to hit 105.
Yeah, I'm slightly ahead of you.
Cox is not taking the fight in middle, but now that his position is known, of course, there are some players that are low here, but will they necessarily be able to peek him at the right time? They will. No worries there. You'd think sometimes in those sorts of situations it can get dicey, but actually really easy for Headshot. They managed to keep 4 alive as well, which is good for their economy. And as we hit the round, yeah, Jelon shooting with pretty much nothing as the round starts.
Yeah, so Headshot looking pretty solid in terms of the economy and the weaponry. They have had some rough rounds. I mean, got themselves to 8 and then lost the last 2 because of that loss against basically a full eco. Dreamer takes a fight at the top of mid here and gets the kill to Slade. And Jelon shooting will now need to win a 3 versus 5. Okay, Dreamer somehow loses a fight at range to a Glock. Are we even watching real life anymore?
I don't know, man. NJ again, it seems like we've seen the situation a lot. Man with his deagle trying to win a clutch. He does get a rifle here at least that he can use to maybe do something. Why didn't he reload? I don't understand, NJ. You should have reloaded, man. Mistakes were made, Prof.
Yeah, mistakes were made. It's unfortunate we don't have the Dota 2 chat wheel because that was a macro you could type out. Mistakes were made, and then it's like gives you a little funny icon as well.
Ooh, on the angle, Aries getting aggressive. Gets himself a sniper bullet for his trouble. Top Kick should have gotten that kill, and maybe the nade will find it still. Nonetheless, it does, in fact. There's the Kobe. Dennis finds the Cox as well. Gives him a good slap with a wet fish. Call the famous there. And Dreamer, super aggressive. The CT side has been stifling.
Yeah, Raga tries to do what he can, but unfortunately Ships is on hand to right the ship. And take us to the 20th round. 12-7 at the moment for Headshot over Jelon shooting, and has largely seemed calm waters for the Bulgarians, as Jelon shooting just don't really seem to have a handle on the T side of this map yet.
Not at all. Dreamer continuing to live the dream there. Takes himself Rugger. Steals his life force away. And ooh, that drop down Dreamer, that was just nuts. That was a crazy, crazy thing to do, but he got away with it.
Yeah, very, very lucky that he was up against pistols. And not able to land that shot with the Deagle, though.
2v4. 2 Deagles. So far the Deagles haven't really worked out for them nearly as well as they did for Headshots and on their own ecos. Still possibility of damage, and there is some damage dealt by NJ. Dreamer out of the equation. He's maybe been a little bit too aggressive so far. And there is some opportunity. I was going to say, if they got Dennis, maybe they had a foothold in this. But now NJ, we've seen him in the situation quite a bit. 1v3, what can he do?
Doesn't look like much at the moment. He's going to try and take out the front, but that is not really able to draw any players in, and Dennis gets the kill.
Nice and easy does it. 13-7. We will see the full buy now for the terrorist. Jelon shooting, investing in the AWP and the AKs. For Headshot, they've built up some economy here, so they're relatively safe for a round loss, but it's definitely not as good as you'd expect considering the scoreline.
No, not really. They do have a bad habit of probably feeding away 1 or 2 kills even on the rounds that they win against ecos. So money is never perfect. Cox had some lovely movement to get himself into the spot, and then he just gets utterly wrecked by ships.
Talking about wrecked, Rugger finds himself one as well. Aries also doing some nice work, but there is Ayrton. Top Cack maybe to bring it back. Dreamer meanwhile all bringing out on the from the window. NJ with the trade, 2v2 here. Are they going to evacuate? It looks like they've decided, no, we don't want this bomb site after all because the CTs must be here.
Yeah, and they're going to make a beeline towards the A site. And does Ayrton get there in time? Sounds like he was walking very slowly. Does suspect they might actually have control of the CT area already, which is not the case, but it might very well allow them to get into better positions.
Ayrton and his dozier face moving up here. Can he do a dozier and catch them completely off guard? That might be the case. He's managed to get you sight unseen and jumps up. I thought he might get the kill, but the HP, I think, the issue for him. And NJ with the execution shot up close on Dreamer. That's around for Jailon shooting. And Headshot's not going to be completely tapped out in economy, but they will be after this buy.
Yeah, it's very, very near run thing. Top Kick will be forced onto the FAMAS. The rest of them will be grabbing full AKs. Sorry, full rifles, sorry. And an AWP onto Dreamer, who's looked pretty damn good on it. But can he make it work again? Looks like he's got the spawn for mid as well. So Jailon shooting will be running the gauntlet if they do go there. Cox is going to take a very aggressive angle and land it fantastically well.
Indeed, Edson with the trade there. Very nice through connector. Dennis has been unspotted, yeah, unsighted. In fact, gets 2. That is some big work there from Dennis 2K with the 2K, in fact. And that is going to possibly blow apart Jailon Shooting's chances in this round. They've only got 2 alive here, and Rugger hurting a little bit for HP. Maybe he can do something if he catches them off, but I think Ships knows where he is, and he does.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
As the saying goes.
Yeah, it's all on to Slade. Does have the bomb though, so maybe he could make something happen. Does some damage to Ayrton, but gets the kill onto Ships. And right now, Headshot will be rather weary. Slade has looked pretty damn good thus far. But you don't want to make it silly and allow him to win a 1v4.
Yeah, especially don't want a dog with a watermelon hat to win a 1v4, surely.
Why would you not want a dog with a watermelon hat win?
I don't know, man. It seems like humiliation for that to happen.
It's a dog with a watermelon hat. There's not many things funnier or cooler in the world.
Slade, who happens to be very funny and very cool, has been spotted. And now he will be neither, as he gets absolutely demolished by Dennis 2K with a 3K.
To change his name.
He's going to have to. 14-8, yeah, and on the third map, Headshot firmly in control. Let it slip a little bit on Cash, but looking back to their former selves here. Whew. Dreamer, the AWP rings out yet again, finds himself Cox. Cox has been very successful with being aggressive in mid and winning some of these long-range duels with the Deagle, but not that time.
No, definitely not that time. He has tried to... Oh, okay.
Okay, yes. Aries doing some rather interesting work here, and Topcack in a lot of trouble. They know his position, and these Ts are getting these kills with very little in the way of equipment or weaponry. They're destroying them. Dennis 2K, the last man left alive against 4 players. Surely it's time to back away, Dennis.
He continues on. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war.
Whew, there's some reference game coming on that most people watching probably have no idea what you're saying. But 14-9, yeah, Headshot still in the lead, but reduced the pistols. Money broken.
Yeah, utterly shattered. They do still have quite a few rounds in the bank though, so they can get by with a force here. Maybe a second eco in the next round, and then they'll be able to buy up in that third.
Ooh. Slade tucking him into bed. I'd like to go to bed right now. I'm pretty tired. I don't know about
Yeah, it's getting on. 11:15 here.
Whew, top kick. Some nice work, and these players are quite low, so Ships maybe with the AK could actually put this one to bed, so to speak, even though it is a 1v3. I thought he had more chances with Top Cack alive, but he might be able to get into the bomb site here before they necessarily spot him. And he gets the first kill, in fact. Second player as well, that's the bomb. And he has HP on his side and the bomb, so this is very winnable for him unless he doesn't realize where NJ is.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as he checks the B apps, you should suspect that the player will be coming from the actual B site. So, favorable to Ships, definitely not to NJ.
Yeah, Ships should have this one in the bag, surely, but of course luck could be on NJ's side, you never know. Ships has got the info though, so you can see he's turning around now going, okay, now I know where you must be. Still a bit of paranoia happening here for Ships. Don't know if that mod is necessarily going to help him. I don't think it does.
No, that definitely confirms where the guy's coming from.
Don't fight him, Ships. One would think. Oh, Ships wants to fight him, and he does. Takes him down. Quad kill for Ships in the round. Don't listen to my advice, man. You do you, and him doing him does the other player entirely, and possibly does this game. 59 map and match point.
Yeah. Both teams have lost ecos at critical points, and seems like Jalon Shooting's loss to the eco is going to cost them this map.
There's Dreamer with another AWP kill. Ships also jumping in with one of his own, and they're just spraying them down. 2v4 here. Already the Jalon Shooting players abandoning Ship. Don't think their teammates could win this clutch, it seems. And it's not going to happen. Slade, last man left alive on the CZ. And that should be that, folks. It's going to be 16-9 here. Headshot BG with a very emphatic reply overall. Slade's still alive, but probably not long for this world. And that will be that, folks. Jalon Shooting managing to lose it after a really good start. Headshot with a nice comeback, and then they just sort of kicked on from there. 16-9. That's the 3 maps for the night. ESL Southeast Europe Championship. And we've seen some entertaining CS. Just lots of tech pauses and issues, but hopefully you guys have still had a good show. I think we've had some good games here.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, lots of skill. Maybe not so many examples of tactics, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Headshot picks up their 3rd win of the season and secures himself that top spot.
Yeah, definitely secured themselves the top spot, and we're going to secure ourselves the evening. Thank you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll see you on the next one on Saturday.
Born from the ashes. 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 Born from the. You can't suffocate my spirit. 'Cause I'm the king on my own throne, King on my own throne, my own throne.